Here we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Attack to Talk. I'm your host, AJ. Joining me currently in this moment is the Zach Attack. Joining me also live in chat, we have some friends. Say hi in chat, friends.
Hello,
our friends are here. We have our favorite Jaegerist, that is Jacob. I can't remember what Jacob's new name on Twitch is, but Jacob is here. We have a new friend as well.
Yes.
Our new friend.
Our new friend Tish.
Our new friend Tish, and I don't know what the name is because I cannot see. I need to get my eyes checked what the names are. But
sorry.
There we go. I'm not going to remember that, but welcome,
Totally
Tish.
cool.
And we also have the beautiful Zebra Cakes in chat as well. I saw Zebra Cakes up there. We have the Eddie Hinston live in chat with us as well.
Eddie
Lexi
Hinston
will be joining us very, very shortly. And welcome, everybody. I know that we took last week off. It feels good to be back. We will be continuing on with the story, of course, Season 4, Episode 6, titled The Warhammer Titan. And we will be focusing over on our part 3 of our episode breakdown discussion. We will get to that, of course, later on in the episode. But right now, we just want to say hi to you guys. We want to say that we missed you guys. And I really did miss you guys. I mean, I know that last week we didn't have an episode because, let me breathe, because there's a lot going on that week.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on that week, and we can, of course, go ahead and talk about it when Lexi joins us. We'll talk about what we've been up to. But right now, we are doing what me and Zach love to do, and that is just talk One Piece.
We're just shooting the shit, man.
So if you guys don't want to go ahead and talk
Very
One
real.
Piece, and the episodes have been published already at this point, you can go ahead and skip ahead to wherever you want to go. You can skip ahead to where you see Lexi joining us. I'm sure that's probably when we stop One Piece. But right now, One Piece talk. We've been talking about just you know, how I started watching One Piece again.
You know what? We're gonna do a fusion talk. We're gonna do One Piece and Pokemon. Because you're always wearing the bucket hat.
Yeah.
So the new Legend Zeta A game.
You showed me the trailer
Mega
for that?
Evolution.
Yeah.
26 confirmed new Mega Evolution.
26?
26. And that is a pretty hefty fucking number.
It's always interesting when, because even like way back, which is not really that way back, but when the Mega Evolution was introduced.
In X and Y, yeah.
You get to go ahead and see some of these OG characters go out there and become even stronger. I think it's really cool. So I'm very curious to see who they decide to go and give that kind of upgrade to.
Dude.
I don't know. We'll see.
There's so many options. There's so many good options. That's the thing.
Yeah, we can go ahead and talk about whatever we want to talk about this time. Like, we're this open forum. In chat, you know.
If you guys want us to talk about something, let us know.
Yeah, like, if you guys want to go ahead and bring up a topic of conversation for us, of course, you know, we're just hanging out right now. Over in chat, we're talking about Punk Clay's live action.
Oh, yeah.
How
did Buggy survive Roger's crew?
Great question. Because
he didn't fight.
Yeah.
He barely fought.
I think that he just kind of knew how to survive. Sometimes you just need to have good survival instincts.
Yeah, him and Shanks were just
and obviously he had Shanks as well. I mean, we see what Shanks ultimately, you know, in plot armor.
Yeah, plot armor.
Yeah. You know what? Buggy is very crafty. Very crafty. And I really don't think he was taken very serious over in the crew.
Yeah.
I don't think he's still taken serious. But I think eventually maybe he will get taken serious. But for me,
he's a Yonko now after Wano.
I started really. I'm trying to think of where did my Buggy respect come from?
Probably Marineford and Impel Down.
Impel Down.
Yeah, for sure.
I saw a little change of heart.
That's where Buggy was like, you know? It was him and Mr. 3 being like, oh, he said he's so glad we're safe. And we left him. And the Bud Clay's like, you guys are assholes. Love that shit, man.
Yeah. I mean, the moment I started watching One Piece, and again, there's respect for Buggy. I meant for me, like when I started kind of actually taking Buggy a little bit more serious, because I started watching One Piece, and it took a little while for me to watch One Piece because Zach was so insistent on having me watch One Piece because
it's so good.
For me, I was like,
perfect for it.
I started watching the more popular anime, the different ones, and one that Zach recommended was Hunter x Hunter. I know that's one of your favorites. I don't know if it still is your favorite, but
yeah, one of the top three.
So I started watching that, and for me, I can't spread out my kind of like, you know, viewing different anime.
He had a lot on his plate to watch.
I stopped watching Hunter x Hunter in a very, very stupid part, I will admit. It was right before the Chimera Ants. Yeah. And then Zach was like, dude, just go ahead, just take the break, start watching One Piece. I'm like, bro, you understand how many episodes there are? And you're like, oh, I know. But
you can always go back to it.
I'm telling you, you're like, you're going to love it. And then I started watching. I was like, okay, obviously you got to go ahead and let it, you got to let it marinate a little bit. You know, obviously for the older art style, that kind of like late 90s, early 2000s art style, you're kind of like, all right. And then when I saw Buggy, I was like, okay, this is an interesting character. And I think you even knew that I was going to think Buggy was going to be very interesting. Yeah. Right? And so obviously very interesting, too. But very, very goofy. Impel Down, though, is when I was like, okay, like Buggy, like, you can't underestimate Buggy.
I mean, Rose got the Buggy hat up on the wall. I got the Buggy hat
over on the wall. I was Buggy for Halloween 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show like the respect that I got from Buggy. So yes, there is respect, Tish. There is respect for Buggy. Dude, believe it or not.
Buggy's got Mihawk and Crocodile.
Yeah.
Technically, in the government's eyes, under him. That's like not easy to do.
Yeah. I would have said that Buggy wasn't lazy and he actually tried. He could be as strong as, if he tried, he could be as strong as Shanks.
He just doesn't want to try. He just wants to get treasure.
I think he just wants admiration. He just wants the glory without putting in the work. And I mean, hey, there's people like that.
It feels like he gets dragged into the work.
Yeah. And he goes, oh, I know. Past me is so proud that I caught up today. Oh, okay. I said I'd do it. And so you officially have caught up.
Yep.
That's awesome. Wow.
That's
honestly, I feel like he has high-level observation hockey. Interesting, yeah. It's interesting.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I was kind of talking about it with Zach, before we end up going live. But it was like it's interesting now seeing the characters about how they kind of like the level ups, the egos, the ambitions now, and I was telling Zach, I'm very curious to see where these characters, where their ambitions and goals take them.
Yeah. They all have different things they want to do.
Yeah.
One thing I want to say about Buggy too is, because I was thinking about this, he's in Marineford. He gets cut by Mihawk, and it looks like he got cut with Hockey, but Hockey overrides the Devil Fruit, right? And he still just popped right off. He's like, stop it. Don't cut me. Leave me alone. And I'm like, how did he just live that? Like, can he... Because hockey cuts apparently don't work on Buggy, so that means even Zoro's going to have a tough time with him.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he probably got that shit from being around Shanks, who was a swordsman.
Yeah.
We got some major Shanks lore in the manga. Yeah. Pause. Wait. Hold up. Oh, shit.
I'm excited. But another thing, too, I wanted to go ahead and mention to you, and I said I was going to go ahead and talk about this other anime that I was watching. And I say was because I finished it. And right before after we ended our last stream, you showed me a trailer. Do you remember the trailer?
Oh, shit. Was it Delicious in Dungeon?
Delicious in Dungeon.
Oh, my God, yes!
I stopped.
It's so good, huh?
I stopped. No, me and Zebra Cakes watched the entire first season.
Oh, yes.
And
good season,
it was a good season.
The actual plot of the story is pretty cool, huh?
It's such an interesting, like, just concept. And then when you go ahead and you first are introduced to it, you're like, what? Like, any of the characters in there are like, huh?
Like, you're weird.
And then it starts making sense. And then, so Tish has seen it as well. Well, no, it's so good. Oh, he said, wait, yeah. And
wait, no,
it was our comfy cozy shows. Yeah, Zebra Cake says our comfy cozy show. And now we're so desperate for something else. Yeah. It was.
You guys finished Frieren, huh?
Zebra Cake's been watching Frieren, and I think she's still watching it. So the characters are so cool. The story's so cool. The ideas of I should say the direction of how the story goes and how it plays out is really, really cool. The food. Yes, like the food on there, like it's almost like ASMR, right? Yeah. Is that the word I'm thinking of?
Yeah.
Or it's just so like soothing when you have Senshi, who's just like explaining as he's going about making these freaking monster dishes.
Food Network for anime.
And then you're just like, damn, like he just made that shit look so good. It's so appetizing.
And then they eat it. They're like, umai.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. And of course, as I'm watching it, I'm like
Ghibli type shit.
And as I'm watching this, of course, I'm like, Laios is Zach.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's Zach.
I'd be eating the monster.
Like, Zach is... Like,
I'd be playing Monster Hunter.
That is another...
anyways.
That is another perfect, like, live action, like, casting right there. You know?
I'd be down. I'd be down to go cook up some monsters.
And, you know, like, yeah, just
Go slay a dragon or two.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, so thank you for showing the trailer. It definitely had me very, very intrigued, and I know that me and Zebracakes were looking for something to go ahead and
You
watch.
guys were able to enjoy it together.
And we did. We enjoyed it, and we were, you know, like Zebracakes knows how to go and cook up some dishes too. So I mean, she was cooking up her thing. I was trying to help. I was like, you know, hey baby, how can I help? And then we're just watching and eating has just like, you know, it was really cool.
It's good. I told you it's good to watch while you're eating because you're already going to be hungry watching it.
Yeah, Zebracakes, how I'm going to be looking at monsters coming down on Judgment Day.
Dude, I love sometimes
Yeah.
people like, it reminds me of Luffy being like, seeing a big animal be like, me.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm like, yeah.
Even Tish agrees. Tish could see Zach as Lyos. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Down for that shit.
The character's really cool. I'm trying to think of like who the other name of the characters, but like, you know, Senshi and Lyos were really like
they carry the show.
know their
man.
shit.
They carry the show.
You know.
I love the. Did you guys see the jewel bugs?
Yeah.
I love the jewel bugs. That shit was so
And
funny.
the little treasure bugs.
No, let's go. They all started flying around.
I love the ones too where all of a sudden, you know, like Senshi's able to differentiate between the bugs and the ones that aren't bugs, and the ones that taste bad. He's kind of like, oh yeah, you don't want to eat those ones. And he goes and he grabs them, and like they're already in like one of those little treasure sacks, and he goes and he just tosses it out over into the freaking abyss below them. And then they're like, oh, why can't we eat those ones? He goes, you can't eat treasure.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, huh? Like I can't remember the two names of like the.
You're talking about the little guy and the girl. The little guy who's not a kid.
Yeah, the
he's
elf
like 28.
and like
no, he's a halfling.
Yeah.
He's a halfling, and then she's
just like an elf.
A girl? So, I don't know. Yeah, she's an elf.
Yeah.
He's human. Yes.
So there were some really cool moments over on
Fight scenes
there.
are pretty well animated.
Yeah, they are, and they obviously it's one of those two where it's an anime to enjoy. Also, I love how there's moments where not to take it serious at all, and how goofy the characters are and stuff. You know,
they're silly. They're
like,
silly.
Like yeah, it's cool. Chill Chuck, yeah, and Marcel, that's right. Thank you for that.
Marcel, yeah.
And then so it's so goofy how like they tell people they eat monsters because they were like broke. Yeah,
we have no money, so we eat what we can.
Yeah, exactly. So
I love
I get it because like in this economy, yeah, exactly.
I love the one where there's like the doppelgangers, and Lyos has
it's
to be
based off
like,
of like their own like image of them in their minds.
And he's like looking at them. And he's like, yeah, you're the one. You're the one. It's completely wrong.
Yeah.
He's like,
and all the Lyoses are all just like so freaking like dumb versions of him.
I know. They all. He's like, you all think I'm so stupid and monster crazy.
Oh man, it's such a good show. If anybody has not watched Delicious in Dungeons,
killer watch.
Go ahead and watch it. 24 episodes, I believe. There's one season.
It's quick.
And I mean, it's a good show. Have you been watching anything else? Doesn't even have to be anime related.
I watched White Lotus.
Oh, so I know White Lotus is very popular.
Weird.
I haven't seen anything of it.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Like I'm still watching it. I'm on season 3. It's just like a weird show. I'm always like a sucker for a whodunit because they start every season off like, oh my god, there's a dead body, and then you're like, I wonder who the dead body is. Who's gonna die?
Yeah, that's perfect segue for what me and Zebracakes have watched. I'll tell you that after. But White Lotus is weird.
Yeah, there's a lot of
but
sex.
Very, very popular.
Yeah, there's just a lot of sex. It's like very horny. It's supposed to be like people on trips and how their stories connect and how
So season 3 is a different cast every season?
So there's new casting and some returning cast.
Oh, okay.
So for one of them, her name is Tanya. She has like a part in season 1 and season 2, and someone she interacts with has a part in a later, in like separate from her in another season 3.
Yeah.
So it's just like you see all these lines and threads connecting of people on these vacations. Then there's like a bunch of new people getting added in as you're going. It's very interesting. There's a lot of weird shit.
Interesting.
It's like Saltburn vibes. Kind of
really?
weird. Yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned Whodunit. That actually perfectly segues the show that me and Zebracakes also just recently finished, and it's a Netflix show as well. And it's again, dead body, whodunit. And it's I believe it's number 2 right now over in Netflix series far as popularity goes, but it's called The Residence.
Oh, I've seen that one.
Yeah, and it's just basically this like the best detective goes on to solve this mystery of this like person who suddenly, mysteriously, and just like died over in the White House.
Huh.
And it's 8
Probably
episodes.
an alien.
It's 8 episodes. Hey, you might be onto something. 8 episodes.
I'm a great assistant.
The actors are so it has a nice cast. And each episode you feel like you're getting closer, but then all of a sudden something else happens and you're just like, oh my gosh, and then it's like you have to go ahead and watch. You have to pay attention.
Every episode has a twist. Every episode has little things that you have to see. And
it's very, very creative, very interesting. I believe it's also the creator who did the Residence was the person I believe who did Bridgerton, I believe. But it's not like a British show.
It's very different.
But I believe the detective she was
different genre, same cinematography mind.
Yeah, but it was really, really it was. It's funny because
it was well shot.
Like me and Zebra Cakes or like we finished Delicious and Dungeons and then we finished The Residence and now we're kind of like full empty.
It's time for her to start watching One Piece.
She wants to go ahead and maybe start. Well, no, she wants to continue finishing Fearin', right?
Oh yes, please finish Fearin'.
She goes Bridgerton? Question mark. She goes Bridgerton talk. Maybe not the right form for Bridgerton talk. We'll do the best we can, just like how you try to keep up with our Attack on Titan talk.
I don't remember a single name from Bridgerton. To
I couldn't even tell you.
Honest with you,
it's hard for me to keep up with names over in One Piece. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of like some shows that we were watching. Yeah, we'll talk again about like kind of what the week consisted of in detail. But what have you guys been up to in chat? Let us know. I mean, we want to go ahead and know what you guys are up to as well. Hope you guys have been, good, and I hope that you guys are obviously safe, and I hope you guys had fun, on our little break. If you guys did anything fun, let us know. Also, for Tish, how did Tish find us out?
Told her.
Cool.
We talked anime.
Awesome. So again, welcome Tish. Happy that you're able to go ahead and join us live.
I heard Queen Charlotte was like really good.
Queen Charlotte was a good segue into the Bridgerton.
It involves the Queen of England, who is played as the Queen of England in Bridgerton.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is, whatever she is.
Real quick, Jacob, before I lose the chance, thank you guys really from the bottom of my heart for introducing me to the greatest story ever known. Interesting. And then Zebra Cake said, Bridgerton is so slay conceptually, but the romance sex scenes, I'm like realizing it took place mad long ago and probably stank.
Yeah, they probably didn't shower like the Attack on Titan.
Zebra Cake agrees. Queen Charlotte is amazing. Yeah, awesome. Good stuff. I'm glad that there's some good stuff out there to watch. Good stuff. Again, I hope you guys have been well. I actually got a little bit of a, update from, of course, one of the OGs that we have over on our Attack the Talk Levi squad. Like I said, he is essentially our captain of the squad, and that is Kyron. Kyron went on to say and update us. Hey guys, I've been doing a 21-day no social media fast. So he's currently watching us and only watching us on Spotify, which is cool. We know that from time to time, Kyron would go ahead and pop in live. And he would go ahead and say hi and sometimes hang out with us. I hope that the fasting is going well with your social media fast. And I will say that it can be beneficial coming from the person who does not have social media. So, I mean, social media can be a good thing, could be a bad thing. I mean, just like with anything, I mean, it's all about in moderation. If it becomes an issue for you, then maybe take a break. If it's not an issue, then just, then yeah, it's just social media. You know, some people use it for, for business. Some people use it for, just being creative and stuff and all that. And
some people use it as a public portfolio.
And then some people use it for very, very negative ways, and I mean, hey. And I hope that it didn't affect you to that point, Kyron. And again, it's cool to hear that that you were doing that, and it sounds like it's going well. And thank you for the update. So yeah, appreciate that, Kyron.
I love you, my son. I will always support you in your endeavors.
There we go. Tish goes.
Watch Solo Leveling.
I will. I've been hearing about it too.
Bro.
How many seasons are they at now?
Like one.
There's only one season?
Yeah, it like just came out. There's a lot of chapters in the manhwa.
Oh.
In the Korean manga.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I felt like why did I feel like
seasons?
Why did I feel like it was out for a while?
Maybe it's 2 seasons. Maybe I'm tweaking.
Yeah.
Let me check for you real quick. Like,
she goes, watch the English dub. Oh, I always do, and it's just because I cannot multitask. I feel like, again, I mentioned my multitasking lack of ability, and if I'm stuck reading, I feel like I'm missing out on so much of what's happening over on there, and I have to watch English dub.
2 seasons,
and now I'm to the point where like I recognize voices and I appreciate it a lot. Like even on Fearin',
5 episodes.
Okay, 25 episodes, but even like oh man, I don't know what episode it was. I don't know what the character was. I don't know what it was, but I know that Zebra Cakes had Fearin' on, and I heard Chris Sabat's voice. I heard his voice. I knew Chris Sabat. I know that voice. He's one of the GOATs. And so, yeah, it's just, you know, you can't mistake it. You hear it, you're like, oh, that's Chris Sabat. But no sub for Soul Leveling doesn't go as hard. Okay, I believe you. And I would have watched English dub no matter what if I decided to go ahead and watch.
Dunstay. He voices Dunstay.
Okay, cool.
I don't know who the fuck Dunstay is.
And you know, one of my favorite, like, what is your favorite Chris Sabat role? I know a lot of you are probably going to say Vegeta. All right. What is your favorite? And I'm like, come on, dude. It's easy. It's got to be Kuwabara, man.
Oh, shit.
No, I'm kidding. Kuwabara also is very, very goofy. That's an early Chris Sabat voice.
It's got it. Well, Kuwabara is still great.
Like, just think about the range.
Emotion in the voice is
when
crazy.
you have the freaking, you know, Kakarot, and then you have...
And then you got Urameshi. Come on, Urameshi, let's go another round.
Like, it's so funny to go ahead and think
back.
Like, you hear those voices, and you want to think that one name is literally, like, associated to those two characters. But I mean, again, that just goes to show the beauty of voice acting.
And then he's got Zoro.
Yeah, Zoro.
Luffy.
I mean, Zoro sounds like Chris Sabat a lot, obviously, but he still does such a great job of like portraying the character and stuff. You know, one character we go ahead and we joke about, of course, is Captain Kits. You know, his one voice that he's done for Attack on Titan. Yeah, and it's such a character where you would not think Chris Sabat would go ahead and voice, but that's also what makes it so like hilarious as well.
It's the perfect role for him.
He's this freaking, you know, just gun on the trigger, freaking, you know, like panicky, and yeah, I mean, it's good stuff.
He's very shaky. He's not as prideful as the Prince of All Saiyans.
But yeah, he's in a lot, and yeah, again, I appreciate good voice acting.
Who was it that voiced? Yeah, he did voice Armstrong in Full Metal. That's one of my favorite Chris Sabat voices. I was like, he voiced Armstrong, right? Yeah, he does. I checked it.
Yeah, it's he's done so many freaking stuff and all that. I know I talked about it before, but the craziest story as far as another one of those voice actors I really enjoy is Eric Vale, and how Eric Vale got his start was because of Chris Sabat. You know, Eric Vale did like Broadway stuff or theater stuff. You know, he's trying to become an actor instead of a voice actor, and I guess somebody that he was kind of like part of the schooling in the theater class or whatever they were doing was like, hey, you got a good voice, you should go ahead and you should audition. You should go ahead and do this this little open audition thing. And so, you know, Eric Vale ended up going to do it, and he's like, okay, he did it, and the person in charge was kind of like, hey man, like, you have some potential, like, you know, we'll keep you in mind for future stuff, but not for whatever it is that he, you know, went on to go ahead and audition for. Kind of like, we'll keep you in mind. And then the person they end up, I guess, thought was more suited for the role, dropped from this role, and they called Eric Vale again, and this role that Eric Vale ended up getting, that started Eric Vale's voice acting career, was none other than Trunks. And the person,
the biggest voices in anime.
The voice director, I should say, was none other than Chris Sabat. Yeah. So he was the one who was helping, you know, Eric Vale get into it. And also now joining us, what's up, is Lex.
What it do?
Lexi's here, Lexi's back, and all three of us are hungry.
Chris is in solo leveling too.
Oh, Chris is in solo leveling? Of course he is.
All right, so what are we eating?
Yeah.
Go straight to business. Hi, guys.
What sounds good?
That's the question.
Lexi's joined us, and we were waiting for Lexi to go ahead and kind of talk about what we have all been up to. Right now, we just kind of been talking about just different anime, what we've been watching.
We got our
mentioned
One Piece
about
talk out of the
One
way
Piece
for you.
talk.
Oh, thank you.
Got you.
Appreciate it.
Do you remember? Did you show Lexi that trailer? I know you showed me after the stream. I don't know if Lexi saw it or maybe you heard, but it's the Netflix show Delicious in Dungeons.
I haven't.
Me and Zebra Cakes finished it. It's one season. It's really, really good.
I didn't expect him to
So
be that quick.
if you're looking for something to go ahead and watch Delicious in Dungeons.
Dang, I just added Black Mirror to my list.
There you go.
Need to watch Black Mirror.
Also a great choice.
Yeah, let me know what you
Therapist
guys.
was just telling me that I should watch it.
What do you guys think for food? Yeah. Don't mind us. Don't mind us. We're gonna go ahead and also think about what we want to eat.
I am not picky.
I know our go-to is usually Taco Bell, but are we feeling that? Yeah, I feel like Taco Bell's kind of like, and also me and Zebra Cake did Taco Bell earlier in the week. Let's see what else we got.
Found our lunch.
Lyos,
Yeah.
Zach.
That's me, bro.
La 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 la. And if you guys are thinking about ordering food, let us know what you're ordering.
Yeah. let us
You
know
might
what you're
give us
munching with,
inspiration, just like
know.
Tish went on to say, extra motivation because of Solo Leveling and Chris Abbott. Also,
Yep.
we have a new friend joining us live in chat. We have Tish. Tish
Hi.
is here.
Hello, Tish.
Tish has been with us from
Hi.
pretty much the start of the stream.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
Lexi.
really,
Hi.
really cool.
Nice to meet you.
Some of the stuff that first comes up.
It looks like fun, like a early Seven Deadly Sins kind of fun.
Yeah, yeah.
I will
It's got
say
that
what it
vibe
gives-
to it.
One thing I said was just like it's such an interesting story. The ideas and the characters are really, really cool, but it's one of those where they're not afraid to go ahead and make fun of themselves. You know, so
Okay.
it's very, very goofy and stuff like that too.
Okay, I'm into
You know.
that. Okay, so
KFC,
what are your top 3 foods? Everyone give you. This
Chick-fil-A,
is how we get rid of it.
McDonald's.
We give our top 3, and whichever one aligns, we gotta get.
Interesting. Okay, let us know also in chat what your top 3.
Number 1, In-N-Out. Number 2.
Well, I wish, obviously, yeah,
I
but
fucking
Okay.
wish. Yeah, let's just get the truck to pull up.
Yeah.
I know, seriously.
and we have to get it. Oh no. I'm thinking.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know what my mind's thinking right now. I just go. It's 10 p.m. I have Red Bull, and
It's 10 p.m. and you have Red
And
Bull.
Hope also.
Oh,
And Hope also hello.
what is that?
Oh, also hello to you.
Oh,
She has a.
AJ wants
they
Taco
have
Bell?
a-
Red Bull and Hope.
Tish has a Red Bull and Hope.
oh, I Red Bull and Hope.
And then she's saying also, hello.
Hello.
Oh, there
Got
you
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I normally, like I said, baby. Normally, talking to Zebra Cakes. Normally, my go-to would be.
AJ
I
wants
thought he
Taco
called me
But-
baby.
Yeah.
He was like so ready. We didn't even question it. He was like, yeah? Yeah, what you need, babe?
Daddy passed the salt. Yeah.
Yeah.
But me and Zebra Cakes had Taco Bell not too long ago.
Okay, how do we feel about Kane's Wingstop?
Panda? Oh, you don't like Panda
I don't like
Express?
Panda.
Uh,
I'm down for Cane's or Panda. I was low-key thinking Chick-fil-A.
Oh,
Chick-fil-A?
I'm down for Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
He's pretending he doesn't because nobody agreed.
That's why he was like, "Are we feeling Taco Bell, guys?"
I don't
Looks
think
around.
we're feeling Taco
Are we
Bell.
feeling Taco Bell? And I said no, and he was like, "All right."
I'm like, Taco Bell? No. Yeah, I didn't really want
no,
Taco Bell
I didn't
either,
really
you
want
know?
it either.
Shake
Shake
Shack.
Shack. I wish Shake
Interesting.
Shack.
Shake Shack. Wow, what a
Reese.
pull.
Yeah.
I'd love
I'm
me a good
auditing
truffle
contracts
fry.
and listening in the space bar stuck.
Wingstop?
I love Wingstop.
Said GameStop?
GameStop?
Oh,
Is
GameStop.
there any GameStops around us still?
No.
GameStop. There's a couple still out there,
I'm not for anything. I'm not for Wingstop.
but
I'm not
all
for
GameStop
shit.
sells now is
So it
like,
seems like we want chicken.
yeah, chicken.
If it's
Chicken
Chick-fil-A,
is a vibe.
if it's Raising Cane's,
chicken.
or we're looking over it.
Did you guys get that
Wingstop.
reference?
never been on live television.
All right, so should we just do Chick-fil-A then?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah?
Down.
All right.
I could go for a good lemonade.
All right, so again, we took last week off because, it just, as we
Busy week.
went on to go ahead and let you guys know, it was kind of like
Scheduling
conflicts
issues.
and stuff and all that.
Scheduling conflicts.
Yeah, it was a busy week.
We had some prior appointments that we just couldn't change, which we will discuss.
Yeah.
In,
Definitely. If you guys
when
want,
we catch up.
Yeah.
I'll let Lexi.
After we order food.
Start her thing, and we can go ahead and kind of talk about what we've been up to. I don't know if you want to go ahead and start, Zach, kind of what you've been up to.
It was Wally's birthday last weekend on Sunday, so we went out Saturday. We went to LA. Good time. Other than that,
kind of just status quo.
Status quo, bro.
Yeah.
That is cool.
I'm getting a puppy.
You getting a puppy?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to show up.
What breed?
A Shepherdor.
A Shepherdor?
What?
A Shepherd Labrador. Guess how much I'm paying for it.
So it's gonna be big.
What? Rescue or?
Free.
My old friend I've been friends with her since like 6th grade. Her sister's dog just gave birth, so
wow.
they need homes. Here, I'll pull up the videos.
That's crazy.
Wait, that's gonna be a big dog, isn't it?
It's gonna be 90 pounds.
Yeah, a
Shepherd
A
Labrador.
Shepherdor?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously German Shepherds are obviously big.
90 pounds.
You know, Labradors will go ahead. You can see Labradors can go ahead and
the
be.
one on the far right with the dark eyes.
Oh, hold on. I gotta see. I gotta see. And afterwards, you gotta find a camera. You gotta go and point that thing over in a camera.
Okay, well.
Zebra Geeks goes, you need a dog sitter?
hey. No, on some real
No,
shit.
seriously, do you need a dog sitter?
If I ever do, I might. If I go to Italy in a couple months, I'll let you guys know.
Oh my gosh.
Also, there's videos too if you go
Blue and
through
Nico
there.
are about to get a new bestie.
So when I hit her up about it, because she put it on her story, I was like,
let me
I
finish
need.
one.
Oh my god.
I told her, I was like, I need to save one of these
Can
puppies.
you show that over in the camera?
Yeah, you can use my
Wow.
camera or it doesn't
Whatever
matter.
one,
I'm ordering
honestly.
food, so
Oh my god, right there is just like
so
The
his
one over
eyes.
So
so
I
cute.
text her a message. I
Why'd
slid
you
up.
bring him? I want
I
him
don't have
now.
him yet. I have him. I'm getting him tomorrow.
Okay.
tomorrow. Wow.
I need to calm down.
So these are the 4 of them. He is the top right.
Oh my god.
So when I text her, I was like, "Hey, I need to give one of these
Bestest
puppies a
boy,
home."
that's right.
Eyes like blue, like the way that he's
how Nico looks at the baby.
He's got big old baby.
Yeah, I think the eyes are gonna get
Brother Bear.
Yeah, no, brother bear.
Brother bear. No, literally.
His name's gonna be Coda.
Yes, literally, brother bear.
We have Nita, the cat that my sister has, Kenai,
Yeah, Kenai.
my cat,
Yeah.
and then Coda.
Yeah. Wow.
Here, where's
so
the other?
Damn, dude, congratulations. That's so exciting.
Oh, thank you.
He was
I'm so
crazy.
hyped.
Zebra Cake's been talking about how she wants to get another little.
Little friend for Nico.
He's okay. So,
Let's get another little
anyways,
dog.
I hit her up
He's
and
so
I go,
cute.
"Hey, I need to give one of these puppies a home," and she goes, "I have the perfect one for you." Because, like I said, we've known each other a long time.
Look at that.
have
Zebra
the
Cakes goes,
perfect one.
I'm being so for real. Get him vaccinated, then bring him
Yeah,
over.
the moment that dog has all of his vaccinations, we are having a doggy play date.
He is the chillest one, is what she's told me.
Perfect.
Oh my God.
She goes, I
That's
know
literally
he's
so
perfect for
perfect.
you because he will run for about 10 to 15 seconds, look for me, come find me, and sit back down for about 15 to 20 minutes.
Good boy.
So he's going to be
He's just gonna be
my
chill,
little
chilling out.
He's going everywhere with me. That's
Give me
my
your
Yeah.
little buddy. That's just what it is,
That
you
sounds
know?
like your Pokemon, dude.
I prayed for companionship. Oh my
That's
God.
your Pokemon, bro.
We're going to be going running in the morning. This dog is going to save my life on
Yeah.
some real shit. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited for you, man. That's awesome.
Your little brother.
So yeah, Zach's been that's awesome news,
Awesome
man.
news.
Granted,
yeah, thank
like
you.
Zach said, status quo, but he's got some really exciting things
I
ahead,
saw,
man.
I saw the
Can't
post
wait.
on Tuesday and I was like,
Like Zach's gonna be
I
he's gonna
need
be a
this.
dad.
Zach's gonna be a new dad, new baby.
I was so
Oh
excited
my
to tell you
God.
guys. I was waiting for you to show up so I could be like, I was sitting on. I was
Oh
like,
my God, thank God. Thank you for waiting for me to
That's
be here
so
to
cool.
give that news. I'm so happy for you.
Awesome.
Is
Lex,
it a boy or a girl?
boy.
Boy, zebra cakes.
what have you been up to, Lex?
You're gonna make me follow that?
Yeah, you're up.
Oh, I got a new tattoo.
Ah.
That was a part of the scheduling conflict. I could not do another day because I was getting a tattoo.
Yeah.
And she's real flaky right now, but I'll use your camera.
Could you show it or?
Yeah?
Because it's over. Where is it at? Oh, okay.
Funny question.
I mean, I can't.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like,
I mean, I
Dad, she
can't
goes.
show the rest.
I know. I was like, are you gonna show it?
I can't show the rest of it, but I'll show the bottom part of it. Hold on. Hey y'all, that's my stomach. She's a little flaky right now.
Damn.
That's cool.
Okay.
Giving.
All right. So, how was the experience? People want to know when it comes to like pain and all that and stuff. A lot of people go out there and talk about how like anything along the stomach is painful. Was it? Or are you just a badass?
I'm going to be completely honest.
Numbed. You got numbed, huh?
I did get some numbing cream.
Oh my gosh. Your camera is so blurry right now. It's so ashamed of you right now. It's like so ashamed of you right now.
Like my camera's blurry, not even yours. The one that I used.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh well.
Wow.
I'll just be incognito for this story.
There you go. It's just, you're gonna sit there in shame.
So my tattoo was scheduled at 6. I actually got there at 6. And then if you guys don't know,
It's a little blurry too.
if you're getting a tattoo, and you're getting, you have reference photos, it's not going to look the exact same on you because of your anatomy. That's the biggest thing about tattooing. That's my favorite thing about tattooing is that a good tattoo can look so much better with the right placement and the right anatomy. And so much exciting news. I'm really going to pee myself.
Speaking of pee, I got puppy pads today.
Oh, perfect.
Yep.
You're going to need them.
Yes, I will.
They're going to save your life. But so I get there at 6. We don't finally start tattooing until like 9 p.m. because there was so much time with the redesigning and redoing the stencil over and over and over.
Where'd you go?
I went to Tip Top Tattoo Shop and got it done by Tina Tattoo.
Shout out to Tina.
My girl Tina. She's the same one that did my Ryuk tattoo that is in our reel
Tina has
on
a lot
Instagram.
of artwork over here on my arm.
Yeah. Tina's also got, what's she got? She's got this too. Tina's got this. Tina's got this. Tina's got this.
Nice.
Love my girl Tina. She did a great job. And it took a long time anatomy wise because those of you I showed you guys the spider and the fairy holding onto the spider and you saw that the line went up. There's a spider web on my boob. So
Flip that shit.
essentially.
AJ's head
So that's why it took so long to replace it. Yeah, Tip Top Tattoo Shop by Tina Tattoo.
Yep.
And
so many T's it scratches my brain.
it scratches my brain.
Yeah.
But so that's why it took so long because the reference photo
by Tina.
Tina Tattoo.
Yeah, by Tina Tattoo.
Tina's Tattoo
Tina
over at Tip
Tattoo
Top
at Tip
Over at Tip Top
Parlor.
Tattoo Shop. Actually, it's parlor. I wish it was shop.
Tina Tattoo at
Parlor.
Tip Top Tattoo Parlor.
Tina Tattoo at Taboo. Spidey Titty, yay.
Where the
Thank you, Zebra Cake.
main owner, I think, of the shop, right, is a guy who just is there, very talented, but loves to show his ass.
Yeah.
I don't know why. This dude loves to go ahead and show his ass.
He just has very low-waisted pants. I don't know.
Low-waisted and it seems like he doesn't wear anything.
Where's your underwear?
Yeah.
Maybe
How
it's
low
just
does
the
your
vibe.
underwear have to be if your pants are that low?
That's the thing is that this guy, like, you can't go ahead and just like glance even in his direction, because if you do, you see him tattooing somebody. Like,
go big out, big in.
And he was tattooing someone while I was getting my tattoo. He was giving someone their very first tattoo.
And so it's like, he seems like a really cool dude,
Yeah, we talked for a little bit, and he seems pretty cool.
Yeah, you got it.
Seems like a really cool dude. But I just don't need to be seeing your ass, dude.
Turn off the overhead light.
Oh, yeah. We'll turn off that one.
There, so it's not like casting an over
I guess.
glow at you.
We can do that, or I could just turn off the ring light. You know what? This is fine. We're chilling.
I feel pretty vibey right now.
Yeah,
I don't
we're
know about
chilling.
you. I feel like a DJ right now.
Chillers.
We're chilling right now.
I know.
Yeah, like I said, cool dude, but like, come on, dude. Just wear pants that go ahead and just fit you, honestly.
But so that means that
Yeah, exactly. But yeah.
But yeah, that means, to answer your question, that I did put on, because I was super nervous for the placement because, it's around a very sensitive, it's around my areola, and it goes down, there's a line down my ribs, and then all the detail is on my stomach, which are notorious places for being painful in the tattoo world. But it is different for person to person. So I did use numbing cream, and numbing cream usually works for like an hour and a half. I put it on at 5 p.m. We didn't start tattooing until 9.
So you didn't.
So I was numb for the line work, and then we got into the shading and the correcting and all, and then the shading was done, and I was like, okay, I'm good. And I can't flex it out because she's on my stomach. I'm trying not to So she's like on there and I'm trying not to breathe too hard. Like there was a point where she was like, okay, I'm going to do her face now. Don't talk. Okay, I'll just shut up. Sorry,
don't
Tina.
breathe, okay?
Yeah, she's like, I'm going to do her face now. Because, you know, you saw how small it is. She has a little baby face. And I was like, okay, good. We're done now. And then she brings out the white. And I was like, fuck, I forgot there's highlights.
Yeah, there you go.
And then she goes in to dot all the spider eyes and do the wings. And oh my God, the wing part. Oh my God. It was barely anything, but doing the whites on the wings right here hurts so bad.
What was your 1 to 10?
Was it the most painful one so far?
I think my most painful one, solely because of how long it was painful for, is my calf one, my Ryuk one.
Okay.
Which she also did, but
So then,
it's great work.
For just to give us a general idea, that as far as pain wise,
So this will be my 10.
that's 10.
Oh no, not a 10.
Okay, I was gonna say
That's
like,
This
That's
is my
like your
personal
9.
10.
That's like your 8, 9.
okay,
but-
like what would you go ahead and rate that as far as like 10 being like
tap out.
like yeah, you literally
10 being you're gonna pass out or tap out.
Okay. My calf was probably a 7.
okay.
7.5.
Okay.
This was probably
Was it
It
close?
was probably around a 7.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll call this a 7.5 and we'll call this a 7.
All right.
But it wasn't bad because of how. And then we'll call the 2 lines on my patella tendon an 8.
Yeah, there you go.
These 2 lines hurt so bad. Just
No,
because they
thank
were
you.
right on my patella tendon, and I have crazy
No.
patellar tendonitis.
Thank you.
Maybe he was a plumber in his past
Yeah.
life.
You know what's funny about that is that so we have a camera over on Zebra Cake's her studio, and her neighbor, who I think maybe I've talked about before over on the podcast, definitely have mentioned it to you. I think you both, this guy, and he also too goes out there and he. We'll see him walking by and stuff. He's the guy that we've talked about before, and where he's had, the buckets of piss.
Yeah, that's the piss
PP
dude.
man.
And well, he must be a plumber too, because literally, I saw it in like,
Why
I
do
saw
guys
it.
with long cracks wear low-waisted pants?
I sent the little video clip to Zebra Cakes, laughing like, oh my god, this is literally just hilarious. And what's funny about it is that it looked like he did it on purpose, because it looked like for a moment he went ahead, instead of like pulling up, he kind of just did like a little like, I don't know. And I was
If he had to fart.
joking. I was joking to her. I was like, this guy like down the hall is the bathroom. Maybe he just had to really shit. He was already like
Yeah.
mid pulling.
Yeah,
the
he's
pants down
already
and
like,
stuff,
it's coming out. It's coming out.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna shit on these jeans.
But it was one of those things where you see him walk by and all you see is just like cheeks. Yeah. I'm like, bro, come on,
Maybe
dude.
he really had to fart and he didn't want it
I
trapped.
don't know, but yeah, it's
That's
one of
wild.
those
If he
things.
didn't wanna
And
risk
what's
it.
funny about it is that like there's times where like he'll try to be cool. He'd be like, "Oh hey, what's up?" He like
He's like if
kind of like this
Crust was a
deeper.
person.
He has this deeper voice. Tries to go at him. He's just like, hey man, it's just all love, brother. It's all love and stuff. And I'm thinking like, okay, now all love, like, bro, like pull up your
Bro,
damn
I want to
pants.
see a little less of your love,
Yeah.
please.
I don't want to love you or
I
the
know.
ass that you flashed me with.
Well, anyway, that's one of those things, and
Cheeks
yeah.
were so low to the ground.
What? So how low were his pants?
already-
Well, that's
like
the thing is that
duck
you
walking?
see the clips of him, and he's actually, I think I still have the video.
Low.
I sent it to you
I was
guys.
fiddling with my piercing so much it just fell out.
Oh,
I now no longer have a lip piercing and it feels weird.
you might hear
through
the
the hole.
audio.
I feel like I'd be able to shoot water out.
That's crazy.
Where did the bottom part go?
Trying to see if I still have it or not. Just for the sake of you guys also seeing cheeks.
I very much wanted to see his ass cheeks, of
There
course.
you go. See, Lexi said it.
Oh yeah, totally. That's what I wanted to see before my Chick-fil-A meal.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I don't know where
Or is it just a little ball?
it's like a disc shape, which is frustrating.
By the wheel, by your right foot, right side of it.
God, thank you.
Oh, I got eyes.
Thank you.
Teamwork makes the dream work. baby.
Real eyes,
Like bone dog.
real lies.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet
Speaking of-
lies.
Catch. Ready?
I saw the light flicker for a sec. I was like,
You're like, it's
shit.
coming. Oh, other than that, status quo,
Bro,
been
what?
pretty good.
Like, come on. You could tell they were higher up than that before the walk by.
Oh, this is the dude?
It's the dude. I literally sent it to Zebra. I was like, check
Why
this
did he
out.
do that?
That's crazy, bro.
Oh,
He's like,
man.
take a look at this. I know you guys see me carrying my piss.
He's like, I know there's cameras here.
I know.
He's like, I know they be watching me carry my piss buckets and shit.
My piss buckets.
The pee pee poo poo
It
man.
literally looks like he like drive-by mooned you.
I know. That's
That
why
was a
I
drive-by
literally told
moon.
Zebra. I was like, I think he did that on purpose.
No, that's
did,
literally a
bro.
drive-by moon.
Oh, shit. All
That's
right.
dumb boy brain of thinking asserting dominance.
So
Yeah.
dumb. It's like marking your territory. He's
Yeah.
just like,
I know.
Pours a
Instead of
bucket
a
of
little
piss
toot,
on your
a
door.
little poot.
Yeah.
Little walking by.
I hope you get pink eye after opening your door.
There you go. Hell no.
Ew.
Uh,
I hate how I wouldn't have noticed unless NJ showed me. Like men just be walking out with their cheeks out. Yeah.
Yep.
hey, if you
they
go to
do.
Tip Top, you're gonna, yeah,
do.
you'll see it. But you
You
also
want to
see
some free cheekage, tip top tattoo parlor.
and you also see some kick-ass work though.
yeah,
Good
it's
work.
worth the ass flash.
He built like a dog bone, and this song's name is Chicken Bone.
Hope there's none of those in my Chick-fil-A.
A dog bone?
Dog.
That'd be fucked. Imagine.
Yeah, I hope that
You
Chicken
happen to
bone.
know exactly what kind of bone it is. You're like, this is a dog
this
bone.
is a dog bone.
And you're like, oh shit.
Okay.
Yeah, good
This is
stuff.
a dog bone.
Alrighty.
I'm good again.
Glad to know that we've been doing good, guys. So,
Yeah.
How about our glorious host?
oh, me? Oh,
Yeah. What do you
Tried to brush by it real quick, like.
no, I had a fun week. Me and Zebrix had a fun week. Yeah, the week consisted of a couple games that we attended. And that week we went to a Laker game,
Oh, it's opening day for the Dodgers.
which is really cool. There you go, opening day. Yeah, so Laker game was really, really cool. And then, yeah, thanks to our sister, shout out to Marissa. She randomly was like, hey, you want free tickets? To what? Hey, you want to go to the Kings game?
Oh, that's
So I was
it.
like, fuck yeah. And it's
We're gonna
funny.
watch some men beat each other up.
So what's funny is that literally, like, when we were over at the Laker game, we're like, oh man, you know what'd be fun to go to? It'd be a hockey game. And then literally the next day, you know, Marissa's like, hey, I got
Hey,
free,
I
I
heard
won
what
free
you said.
tickets. I won free tickets. You want to go to a hockey game?
Our sibling telepathy kicked in, and I
Yeah.
figured
You know
out
what's
what you
funny?
wanted.
Is that you know, Laker experience, you go to, if anybody goes to like I guess like a basketball event, atmosphere a lot different than hockey.
Oh yeah.
Hockey
Very
is
different.
energy. Hockey is just like
Kiss
chants.
flying.
Hockey is just like, yeah,
Intense as hell.
it's hockey is fun, right?
Hockey's
Basketball, you go out there, you're like, okay,
Great
you're like,
conclusion.
cool, you're watching.
They
this
have
and that.
little games in
You
between
see-
during the commercial
You
breaks.
see a dunk, you're like, oh, nice, and then you're back to just like,
You're like, cool, more
you know,
running, or is that a
entranced,
travel?
you know, whatever
Is
it is,
that
right? Or a lot of it too is like, oh, that's a foul.
Yeah.
Whatever, or come on, ref, like you missed it, or like whatever
Yeah.
it is, right? You're not like freaking doing like
Because
chanting
hockey
and stuff
is
like that.
so,
It's like
like-
hockey. It's so, yeah, it's so
A bunch
cool,
of
right?
people getting all riled up and violent and shit.
And hockey,
it,
when they
twist
show
it.
you over on the freaking jumbotron thing, and you have a beer, you're just like.
chugging
just
it as
chug
quick
it.
as you
You're
can.
just chugging, and all of a sudden, the crowd's going, oh, and all of a sudden, as soon as they finish, they're just like, yeah, the crowd just goes, ah!
Yeah, it's the loudest.
There's this one girl who, you know, she went ahead and she put in the effort and she tried and she just like, she's like, I can't. The crowd literally went,
As they should.
Like, if you're gonna make that attempt on the jumbotron, you have to
You have to
follow
at
through.
least like let it spill a bit before you give
Yeah,
up.
you have to follow
And you
through.
know where it's like it's the atmosphere, the vibe. It's cool. The energy's high, right?
Right.
Basketball's fun, right? But it's just different, you know. And so still,
big boobs.
Laker game was really, really fun. It was cool. You know, I haven't been back really since they put up the Kobe statues. So it was cool to go ahead and see those, you know, really in person. Yeah, the atmosphere is really cool. But so back to hockey, getting free tickets, right? Don't know where the seats are. And so we go ahead and make our way over to the seats. And so it was kids' day, right?
Oh,
so a lot of kids were there too, right? So think about it too. When you see a young woman who doesn't finish her beer and you hear kids going, you know, so it's kind of like
it's a giant crowd of kids saying,
that is so daunting.
like, even kids are getting all freaking crazy. Like they had a thing too, like a poll question where they had like 4 different like mainstream artists, and you go ahead and vote whatever, right, on who you want, you know, what song or whatever and stuff like that. And
like the crowd chooses
Chapel
the music.
Rowan won.
Yeah.
And then so like I think the start of the 3rd period, because I realized there's only 3 periods. I was like, oh, it's probably like 4 quarters, just like basketball. So like watching the 3rd period.
Ice. I don't really know.
You know, but the start of the 3rd period.
I would have thought the same thing.
I don't know hockey.
I didn't know it was in 3.
I was like, there was an intermission after the 2nd period. I'm like, there's probably 4 quarters.
Where's halftime? Where's the halftime? Where's Kendrick? Where's Kendrick on the ice?
I would have thought the same exact thing.
So then
I can't even fault you for that.
They're playing a Chapel Rowan song, you know, because she won the poll, and then just people are up on their feet. Kids are just like freaking, you know, just going crazy. They're like, all right, who is the biggest fan?
I know.
Oh, geez.
We'll see the
That's
biggest
crazy.
Chapel Rowan fan.
It was one of those things where literally it was like, who's the biggest
You see
fan?
a kid just go,
Ow! I know.
Dance to go ahead and win a freaking whatever hockey jersey, this and that.
Yeah.
And the kids, people are just going crazy and stuff, you know?
Kids are really doing the truffle shuffle.
So,
I know.
So I'm only going to reenact for the sake of it. I don't want this to be clipped. If it gets clipped,
You know what to do.
It's literally on me. But there was just one kid where he got shown on the camera twice, and for whatever reason, his
God.
first instinct was to go ahead and be like, to go ahead and start getting
Now is my time.
to start like shaking his ass.
His 5 seconds of fame.
This like middle school looking kid,
And that's what he was
and
going
then me and
for?
Ronnie or me and Zebra Kid were just like. Huh? Like,
Yeah,
we started
why did he do
laughing at
that?
this kid. You see the people around, like, crowd start laughing and shit. Oh my god, hockey is such a
know he's
vibe.
gonna be
that
so
kid thought he
popular.
was the coolest
Oh my
kid
god,
ever.
He's gonna be so
we went
popular.
on Make a Wish Kid Day.
Yeah. Oh God.
That's crazy.
And that's what they were doing.
It was crazy, man. You know, when you're over there, like literally front row over by the ice, and you just have that freaking like that plexiglass freaking screen or whatever it is. It's not glass, obviously, but whatever the hell it is. You know, there was this one where they had, like this
Industrial
dad had his like little like infant child over on his like standing on his knee, while the kids over on the glass is going, you know, over on it.
Oh,
You know?
God.
I was like, bro, hockey is a vibe. It's so crazy. But then when we get there,
Valid panic response is to throw some ass.
Yep.
Everyone's looking at me. What do I do?
he had the look in his eyes.
What your mama gave
He had the look in his eyes where he was waiting to get on the screen.
Yeah.
That's what it looked
like,
like.
now
He's
is the
now's the time. But
Winning
so
his whole life, his whole
the
7
start of
years
that
to do
game, me and Zebra Cakes were stressed. Want to know why? It's because we went to our row, we went to go find our 2 seat numbers, didn't find them. We go ahead and we walk by, and the row, so we had like seat 21 and 22. And so we're walking down the row, our row 14, and we're like looking. All of a sudden, I'm like counting numbers. I'm like, oh shit, we started over on the single digits side. We're like, okay, 1, 2, 3. We're like, sorry, excuse me,
Going through
sorry.
everyone.
Right? And all of a sudden, I look and I see where like the last number I remember seeing is 16. I'm like, oh, okay, so they must be the next row over. I don't know why my conclusion went to, it must be the next row over.
That's what I would think. Yeah.
Right? And so then when we go over to the next row, starts over at 1, 2, 3. I'm like, oh shit, what the hell's going on? And all of a sudden we decide to just sit right in the middle of the row where there's empty seats. We're like,
Yeah.
let's just sit here. And I'm like thinking about our seats, like, wait, like,
Like, where is
I'm like,
where is my seat at?
Where, like, why
Someone
didn't it
took your
start?
shit, bro.
Like, why didn't it start over like the? Where's
Why didn't it
like
start at 1?
Where's 20? Where's 21? Where's 22? Like, what the hell, right? And then so we're watching the first period. The first period's going down. There's like a father and his son sitting next to us, right? I go ahead. I kind of like sit close to him. There's one seat open between us. I'm like, hey, excuse me. Do you know how the seats work here? Like, we went down the row and I didn't find my seat. Do you know if like there's actually a 20 and a 21?
Yeah.
You know, right? Or whatever, 21, 22.
Yeah.
And so the dad's like, oh, you could tell he wanted to help. He was like, oh, maybe he goes, I'm sorry, man. I don't know. He goes, I don't
maybe-
know.
There was an attempt.
Yeah, and then so
He
at
was
this
like,
point,
actually, that doesn't make sense.
at this point, there were like 5 minutes left in the first period. He's like, you should be good after the first period, right? I'm like, okay. So now at this point, we're watching the game. And any group of people we see walk up over closer towards our row, we're immediately like, oh, fuck. Like, we're going to go ahead and pay attention, have to move. And when me and Zebra Cakes are joking, we're like, oh, is this it? Oh.
Yeah,
and then the
here they
dad
come.
was like, oh, I'm living vicariously through you guys. I'm feeling stressed for you guys, you know? Is that right?
Guys gave him
he was
anxiety.
kind of a cool dude. And then the first period ends, and all of a sudden at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and stand up again and go ahead and try to see what's going on over there.
Yeah, just to figure out.
We're in a different section, you know, and so when I stand up, all of a sudden, this other family kind of stands up, and I'm like, oh, excuse me, sorry, yeah, I'm gonna try to go ahead and find my seats. And he goes, oh, you guys were in our seats. And I'm like, oh, sorry. Let's go ahead and try to find our seats. Of course, I go ahead, I look, and I see seat 22 is the last seat in the row we're supposed to be at. And there's people sitting over in my seat and in the next
so
seat.
you have to now.
At this point, people were trying to make away their seats. And then once the first period was over, everybody tried to stand up and try to go ahead and find their seats.
And we're like, wait, we can't find them.
Typical how everyone shows up drunk as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I don't know. I
I'm
can't
just gonna
find them.
sit
So I'm
here.
just
It
gonna
started
sit
back
here.
at 1. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, so you know,
the
we
whole section just plays musical chairs.
I
we sat
know.
down over in our
I
seats.
think you're in mine.
We watched it now, kind of just enjoying the game and stuff. You know, it was a vibe and stuff. You know that, and then so that we went to a hockey game, went to a Laker game. I also had a doctor's appointment and stuff as well, just to check up. Everything's all good, and so it's kind of a busy week. Like Lexi had mentioned, we tried to schedule it for actually for a Friday, but it just didn't work out because
that was my tattoo.
Tattoo, and also free tickets as well, and so it just worked out and stuff, and yeah, so we decided to go and take the week off instead of just like trying to go ahead and stream on a weekend. We wanted to go, of course, enjoy our weekends, and so we're back, we're here, we're gonna continue on with the story. I hope you guys also had a great break. Again, as I said at the start of the podcast, if you guys also perfect timing. Food's about to run.
Perfect. I
I
heard
was
the
like, oh
dogs
shit, I
barking.
forgot about the food, and all of a sudden I looked down and it's just, oh.
I heard the dogs
Almost here.
barking, and I was like,
But if you guys did any fun, let us know. And also, I want to go ahead and read in chat because I was doing some storytelling. Can you go ahead and read back chat for me, Zach? Some of the stuff that I missed.
Right. A lot of it was Ronnie pitching into your
Tendies and Terrified, definitely. Yeah. So what's going on with the tendies?
Zebra Cake said, mind you, I'm thinking I got my brain turned off following AJ's lead, and my man is guiding me to safety. Next thing you know, we were standing around with our chicken tender meals afraid.
Yeah, literally. So we went ahead and we got chicken. Speaking of chicken, our food is here.
Then Tish said tendies and terrified.
Yeah.
And then from there on, everything else I think we saw before.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, the guy next to us had so much anxiety. Yeah, he was so scared for us every time someone came up. Yeah, the stairs. Yeah, and there were groups of people showing up.
regular lemonade?
I got lemonade.
And then
Make sure you didn't get like a lemonade light or something.
I'm surprised I didn't get a Dr. Pepper. I was thinking about it.
I know. I was looking at it. I was like, I know AJ didn't.
I already had one today.
what did Tish say? Tish said I yelled at
I yelled
airline.
at an airline. Screw Copa. She's been having trouble with the airlines.
Oh shit. Uh-oh.
But
That
she's
sounds like
back home now.
Sounds like a story there.
Oh yeah.
So Tish said it's 10, right? Which obviously means that over in the East Coast, or somewhere over in the East, and where is East Coast? Because we're obviously over here in Cali.
Los Angeles.
So where is general area of home? Don't have to get into specifics, Tish. Just kind of
Bless
curious
your soul.
where you're at over in the East Coast. And also, I mean, again, thank you so much for joining us. If it's already that late, I mean,
Yeah.
we appreciate it.
She gonna be.
It's a work night.
She gonna be up late.
You're in the Caribbean?
What? That's so cool. That's awesome.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah, I mean, damn. Well, again, thank you for just joining us here and spending your time with us. I know that being in the Caribbean, maybe you can go ahead and be doing some other things. It's 10 p.m., but yeah. Thank you so much, Island Thieves. Yeah.
Thank you, AJ.
She's an island
Thank
girl.
you, host AJ.
Thanks,
All
beautiful
right.
host.
We're gonna be munching, guys. We apologize.
Get ready for the mukbang.
But
And we don't even have a Q&A or a poll. Sorry.
we do not.
y'all.
No. But We can do something fun. I know you're eating, but should we just put out a live poll right now?
I'm down.
Oh, no. We had something over kind of in our little doc notes here from last week, but I think it was a Q&A. So I don't know, maybe we can make it into a poll, but it was essentially just asking, and we can just make it a yes or a no. But the question was, why isn't the Warhammer attempting to eat Eren? Maybe we can ask it like, should the Warhammer have tried to eat Eren?
Yeah, if you were the Warhammer, would
Yes
you
or
have
no?
tried to eat Eren?
There you go. That's perfect. So
Knowing
we
what I
can-
know or knowing what the Warhammer knows?
we can do like a live poll right now and then see what the results are at the end of
The episode?
the episode. And again,
Oh, like, you want me to post one right now?
yeah, whenever you get a chance. And then, we can go ahead and vote. We can go ahead and let it go ahead and kind of do its thing on social media,
The boys want food.
and then we'll go ahead and we'll see what the results are. And of course, the results will not be finalized, of course, right? And then we can go ahead and jump back into next week and see what the results were. Maybe we'll go ahead and we'll throw out another poll. That way, it's just kind of something to go ahead and look forward to, at the end of the stream,
Okay.
just to see what the results are like. And it's a simple one too.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I mean, if you're the Warhammer, like, should you have gone to go ahead and try to eat Eren Yeager? I mean, I'm sure people are gonna say no because guess what? Eren Yeager is him. Like, granted, you already lost your shit. Like, are you trying to go ahead and freaking like, I mean, I don't think things would have
I
worked.
don't want the memories.
Yeah, well, that's another thing
I
too. Can you
know.
imagine? Oh,
I don't want to carry that trauma. I'm good.
Just a dude. No, I work for the man.
You know?
No.
So these are these are work hours because he's in Pacific Standard.
She.
She. The man. I'm talking about the boss though.
Yeah.
The man is in Pacific Standard Time, yes.
The man. Awesome. Again, if you guys did anything fun, let us know. We would love to go and hear what you guys have been up to. What you guys did last week. I don't see.
so excited
Jacob
to get a
hasn't really
puppy.
responded or chatted in a little bit. Jacob, you good?
It's like unusual when he's not
Yeah. I'm worried about you, buddy.
chatting.
What did you do last week?
Caught up on One Piece, so we know he's not watching that.
Yeah, I don't. We know that.
What was I gonna do?
I know that Eddie joined us earlier too. Eddie, I hope you're doing well. If you're still with us. I told
I love
Eddie.
Monster Hunter.
I told Eddie, concert right around the corner.
I know.
What level is Luca in Monster Hunter?
I don't know. I can
I
text
need
him.
to know. He's probably way higher than me.
Just doing a little.
Oh, I started playing Overwatch again, and I haven't touched Marvel Rivals. I'm healing.
There you go. Siri says, I look so thirsty in the chat without Jacob talking to Jacob.
He's like, I see my username too many times.
Nothing wrong with that, baby.
You're just our biggest fan. It's fine. If you
Have you been watching anything cool, Lex? I said you have like stuff over on your queue.
Yeah, you said you're gonna watch Black Mirror. Great choice.
Yeah, I need to watch Black Mirror. And
You've seen some of the seasons, right?
I've only heard about it. Like I just through like various whatever conversations. No, I'm not really watching anything. The only things that I've been watching is these video. I love myself a good video essay on YouTube. And I've been watching a lot of true crime cases.
Okay.
Nice.
And there's a lot more people out there that I hate now in the world.
I was going to ask
So-
you, any of them that have like stuck with you?
Or Lily was a time that I was given. I was pretty high when I was watching it. But like when I heard about what this man did to this poor woman, I literally like to my phone screen, I like said his full name and was like, blah, 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 fuck you. Like, fuck you. Like, you are actually scum of the earth. Like, I can't believe people like
Isn't
you
it so
exist.
pathetic and sad that there's people out there like that?
And it like pisses me off. But yeah, that's what I've been watching.
Watching him on a YouTube channel or something, or
Yeah, called Rotten Mango. She's pretty cool. It's her and her boyfriend that pretty much like she does. There's a bunch of research she does for this. She even like for some of her stuff, she's bought the book that the victims have written and like fully read it. There's like full documents. Like she like does her research. That's why I like watching. That's why I like watching her. Is that her name? Is her name Stephanie? I only know her as Rotten Mango. But she's cool. She does her full research and everything. That's why I like watching. And it like fully
someone who actually has valid
dives
sources.
into
Jacob's here too.
And it actually like dives into
Explain fast.
like the reasoning for the villains in the story. In the story, I say it like it's a show. In the true crime case, it actually talks about their reasoning if they have any reasoning or any motive and stuff like that.
I apologize for speaking with my mouth, but also did a little update. I don't think you're here for it, I remember, but little Kyron update. He sent a message.
She wasn't here.
Spotify, and he's doing a little social media fast.
Oh, good for
21 days.
him!
21 days so far, and he
Very
said,
proud of my son.
He goes, "Sorry guys, but I'm now watching us on Spotify." So it seems like it's going well.
I'm cool with that.
And
Good for you,
he's
Kyron.
gonna be catching us when the episodes are published. We're on Spotify, and
Dude, you're
shout out-
stronger than.
Shout out to Kyron.
I miss you, my son.
Like-
I'll see you in chat soon.
Happy for you. Take as long as a break you need, man.
Across languages, it's crazy for the fact checking.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, she really does. Or like when there's stuff going on and like, because a lot of this stuff is in Asia that she's reported on. And
Makes sense.
she's even talked about like what it means for what the people say and like in different languages, because you know how you can directly translate a saying from a language and it just sounds weird. Like she'll will like go full in and directly be like, here is exactly what they meant, here's what the like cultural meaning is, and like here's what that means to them, so it's actually not that weird even though it sounds weird to us, and like she'll like fully explain. And I think it's so funny, she'll give a full in-depth response, and her boyfriend, who's in the background listening to all this, he has his own microphone, he's off camera, or her husband, and she'll like fully give an in-depth response, and he'll be like, wait, what? Like he's just always in disbelief every time.
Yeah.
That she's like, yeah, they'll do that. And he's like, the babysitter would do that? And she'll be like, no, not the babysitter, the other person. Like, it's so funny that I love that she includes that in her videos.
I'm listening, babe, but I'm not listening.
Yeah, she'll give
babe.
like a full response. And he's like, wait, the company said that? And she's like, no, babe. She'll literally like on video keep it in there. She'll be like, no, that's not what I said. And he'll be like, oh. And like, that's it. I just think it's so funny. Yeah, he really is just there for the vibes. He's like off camera and everything. He's like just chilling out. Yeah, on the side. He's off
babe,
camera.
that's crazy.
And he
babe.
has his own mic and everything.
I can't believe he said that to her. How dare he?
She just seems like, I mean, obviously she did all the research, so she knows it the best, but it seems like he has trouble following along to her stories, given these stories are like an hour and a half long. Orange cat vibes.
Just vibes.
Orange cats are, I don't really want to be friends with anyone that gives orange cat, because they are too,
Remember growing up, we had an orange cat?
actually I could do Garfield. Huh?
Remember growing up, we had an orange cat?
I do remember
Fat
him.
orange cats. There's a fat orange cat at the place my grandmother used to stay at over in Redondo Beach area. His name was Tab. Tab the Tabby. Bro did not move. It's like every time we'd show up, we'd be in one spot. We'd be there for hours. He'd be in the same spot on the way out. Bro's just, normally there's like this little bench, and he was like so wide, his arms would kind of hang over, and he just, his belly takes over, kind of hangs over a little bit. And I'd walk up and I'd be like, and then he'd go, and I'd put my hand out, and then he'd just go.
Yeah, he would just, yeah.
Just lick it and be like,
Chat
"Ew,
clip
it
that."
feels like sandpaper.
Yeah, I know. The cat that we it's just like a neighborhood cat. It's literally just a stray that wandered over into the house one time, and we're like,
Yeah.
"Can we keep him?" We named him Morris because, well, like a commercial Morris a cat, whatever.
Yeah, it's an orange
Very
cat.
similar. But then Morris was an interesting character. There were times where he'd be hiding. Under
He
the
was
bed.
definitely an outdoor cat.
And you go out there and you look. Where's Morris? Look underneath your bed, and if your bed was gonna lift it a little bit, Morris would somehow find a way into like the actual like netting of the, under the bed.
Yeah, he's like
you
in
just
your
see-
box spring.
You see like this like lump.
He was also kind of a chubby cat. You know, cats
Yeah.
just be chubby.
They have their panzas and shit.
So he was in like. So you would look under your bed and it'd just be like, and it would just be like, you would just know.
Yep.
That's so cute. I'm so
Toby
excited.
be doing stuff like that too.
I'm so excited to see what Coda gets into.
I know.
I'm gonna start wearing hoodies backwards just so I can like have him in the front in the hood.
Bro, I'm so excited for you, man. That's so cool.
That kind of dog perfectly fits your vibe too. Like it's gonna, especially because
I've needed a big dog. Okay, I told this to my homie Hennick. I was like, I haven't had a big dog since I was 4, because we had a Labrador, Golden Lab then, named George,
Bork George.
and he used to jump up on me and Nate and like push our shoulders and we'd like fall. My mom was pregnant with Abby. She was like, no. So she gave him to my friend's aunt who moved to Mexico 2 weeks later with my dog. I was so bummed. I was like, for like a good, probably like 2 weeks after Abby was born, I was like, you're the one that got my dog taken away.
Yeah.
And after that, I was like, all right, you're
I'd rather have a dog.
I'd rather have George back. George will play fetch with me. He'll do stuff with me.
Even, I don't think you ever grew up with a larger dog, Lex.
I did not.
Like for me, I was really, really little, but I grew up with
Blue is the largest.
literally like a Rottweiler. You know, and then Bomber was just badass. But then, you know, just after Bomber, like we always had small dogs.
I don't think I was born yet. Was I born yet when Bomber died? Was I a baby?
Maybe a baby, maybe I don't know. To be honest, the timelines obviously I'm not sure, but like never had big dogs, and so you know, like now you know, just with Nico in my
Blue's
life,
our biggest, and then Nico.
like Nico, I love Nico. Like I'm like
Big old cuddle
big dogs
buddy.
are like
He's a big cuddle bug.
like it's one of those things where like I forgot about the big dog, like
Yeah.
just the admiration,
That big
like,
dog
the
life.
love that you can have for these big dogs and stuff and all that, you know. And
Yep.
and Nico is such a
Big
sweetheart
dog.
too. Nico is very, very like timid and cautious, and
He still gets scared when I walk
But the
in.
moment you go out there and show him love, he's just like there. He's just like so happy, just like oh man. And Nico's a great dog.
I'm so excited. I'm gonna train Coda to be off leash.
Oh, that'll be good.
We're gonna go camping and
So
hiking.
you have like your recall.
yeah,
He'll know what sound.
yeah,
He'll like a whistle.
yeah. No, I think I'm gonna get like a whistle or something. I know they have these.
It's actually fun to go camping and hiking and stuff, just in case he starts to wander.
Yeah.
Or-
Because I'm gonna give him his freedom. But they have these collars now that it's not like a shot collar or like a beeper. It's just like it's a frequency thing. So it's like you want your dog to come back, it plays this frequency, dog will come back.
Oh, I've heard
to
of
you.
that.
And I've
heard of those.
I would love to see if those work. Given we have plenty of months until he's big enough for me to be like, let's try this shit out. But
But that's what you aspire for.
I aspire to have a travel companion.
That's cool.
If I go to any other country and I'm like staying there, he's coming with me.
No.
100%.
One thing you literally said, one of the first sentences that came out of your mouth when you were talking about, you know, little guy, a little Coda is like, you said that's something that you literally need in your life. You know,
He's gonna save me, bro.
It's one of those things where it's like it's so cool when you're able to go ahead and whether it's a rescue or whatever the situation is, you know, if you're able to adopt or just find, you know, like go to a breeder and you take in like this precious animal, and you give the animal like a beautiful life, but also that animal does so much for the owner as well. You know, it's such a beautiful thing. You know, a lot of times it's like you think about stories where it's like, oh my gosh, you know, the owner saved the animal, but a lot of times the animal
saves the owner. most
saves
of
the
the
owner.
time.
I mean,
you know?
you're that dog's entire life, you know?
Yeah,
They're
you
only
know,
a portion of yours.
like even for me, like I love coming home and you're just seeing the excitement that Nico has.
oh my
big
God.
lump,
I
you
can't
know?
imagine coming home and not having a dog greet you at the door.
Yeah, I mean, the same thing, obviously, you know, whenever
Luca,
I
I'm
do
sorry,
come by-
babe. You're going to have to get some allergy shots because we're getting a dog.
Someone hypoallergenic.
It's their saliva that does it to him.
Yeah, you can't get away from that one, man. Nope.
But yeah, so we've been good. Hope you guys have been good. That's kind of what we've been up to, and exciting things ahead. So again, we do have an episode to cover.
Right.
This is Attack on Titan
Yeah, fuck. That's
podcast.
what we're here for, huh?
We have, you know, gone on to make it the official Attack on Titan podcast, courtesy of us.
Basically.
If anybody tells you otherwise, hey,
They're fucking lying.
fine.
I'm gonna break
Tell
their
them to- tell
fucking
them to look
kneecaps
us
with a
up.
Louisville slugger.
Yeah, we put in the work. We go into the
With the knee
in-depth
tapper.
discussions. We do the voice acting.
I'm gonna break the
We put it all out there.
John Cena, toe turd. You can't see me.
Have you seen the shop today? Have you seen the shop today? There's heat in the shop today.
Oh yeah?
Like, they totally revamped. You have to check out the Fortnite shop today. There's heat. I spent maybe 1,000 V-Bucks today.
Shit.
It's okay. It's Luca's money.
That's crazy. Hey, bro. I'm
Thank you,
hey,
babe.
Hey, she's spending money
I
on shit that you could be
know.
getting for drip, bro. You'd be spending this money on drip.
It's an agreement, though. It's an agreement. He's like, oh, let me know if you need to be restocked on your V-Bucks.
drip. Palico drip.
And meanwhile, Lex is like, by the way, get your shots.
And I'm like, by the way, we're getting a dog. Luca also wants a dog. He's just, you know,
Great.
Palico drip.
You know, it's okay.
he doesn't want those ugly hairless dogs. And I was like, we should
Oh,
get
hell
an
no.
ugly hairless one. He was like, I don't want
It's
that.
not real money if it's
Luca's idea of a cute dog is a little different than my idea of a cute dog. I like a dog that's a little ugly. I like some ugly cute.
You're a pug kind of gal.
Maybe not pug. That's actually like a health hazard.
Like, yeah, that's actual like animal abuse. Like,
But like those dogs with those big old noses, or like Blue's a little weird looking. Love him.
Blue is just a freaking mixture of just like
Yeah, Blue's a
you know,
crazy mutt.
different breeds.
But Luca's like, I want a doodle. I'm like, babe, those dogs are so basic. Let's get something a little uglier.
You guys got Toby.
I know.
See, the three-legged dog. You know,
Like Dante.
got to make things a little
Exactly.
weird.
That's what I want. I want to. I don't know how to pronounce their names. It's like little.
Yeah, Dobermans.
little-
There you go.
That's my dream dog. My dream dog is a Doberman. I'm gonna have a dream dog. I'm gonna have a Doberman.
Yep.
My dream dog was a Shepsky. I'm getting a Shepherdor, so I'm pretty damn happy.
You're close.
And his eyes look kind of blue, so I'm like gonna be pretty content.
Yeah.
And he's got such a light coat. He's so cute.
You could always do those doggy DNA tests too, just to figure it out.
He's so cute.
Yeah.
Funny enough, lately,
I
because
love him just the way he is.
because Blue, I just said Luca when I
Bluca?
meant to say Blue.
Luca.
Because because Blue's hair has been growing longer now, and there must be something going on with the humidity, because Blue's thigh hair is starting to get curly. Like, it's starting to get coily. Like, I saw him the other day and it was like all coily. I was like, dude, you have like 4C texture hair. What is going on? But I remember he's got a good portion of poodle in him.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is.
Once he gets that initial length off, then it's probably just.
But I'd never seen it before. Like, even when he had long hair. It might be because he's getting older, but I don't know.
Could be.
Blue can become one of those dogs where you go out there and take him out and you just got that freaking mane or it's just like all puffy.
I know. No, seriously, because you remember when we didn't get him groomed for a while,
Yeah.
and his hair got really long. Like, you couldn't even see his eyes. His hair was
Yeah.
just like,
It was shaggy for a bit.
yeah. He could get some really long hair, and it's probably curly.
Yeah. Shout out to all the dogs out there.
If you got a dog out there, tell him I said woof woof.
But yeah, guys,
Tell
so
him I said, good boy, good boy.
Boy,
Who you good girl?
we will be continuing with season 4, as I said, episode 6, Warhammer
your
Titans
dog is
part
going
3.
through his natural hair journey.
You know,
He kind of is. Sorry. Continue.
Go ahead and do some. I'm gonna do some quick recap. And
I am posting the poll.
okay, perfect. And so
I
Lex is
am
gonna
looking
post
pretty.
the poll. Go ahead and do us all a favor. Go ahead and vote. It's simple. It should be just a simple either yes or no. And if you wanted to, if you voted, you can go ahead and let us know why you decided to choose that. We love it whenever you guys want to go ahead and explain your decision making. We love the kind of just insight and ideas and just like the directions you guys can go ahead and really go with the questions or the poll questions or the Q&As, just to say. Yeah, if you want to go ahead and get in depth with it, please, by all means. We love to go ahead and find out. But yeah, go ahead and vote. The poll will be up. And at the end of the podcast, at the end of the stream, we'll go ahead and we'll see what the results are. And again, the results will be changing. And we can go ahead and see what the final results are when we come back on next week. And we might have 2 polls to go ahead and talk about it. You never know. But now to do some quick recap. Peak and Porco fell in a hole.
Yeah.
It was courtesy of this mystery.
They were shoved in a hole.
Marleyan soldier who looked very, very odd and very, very suspicious, but very familiar to Peak. As a matter of fact, Peak was trying to go and ask questions. The soldier wanted nothing of it, just said, "Shut up and follow me." Thankfully, Peak went on to go ahead and see a crew,
Poll
a
is
unit.
posted. Go vote.
The poll is up. It's been
At
posted.
Attack the Talk podcast on Instagram.
The Panzer unit. The Panzer unit went ahead and they saw Peak. Peak went ahead and said hi, gave them kind of like a group hug and stuff like that, and gave them a message. We come to find out that message was essentially to go ahead and follow us because this mysterious soldier is very, very shady. And Peak was right. Porco, on the other hand, he's just going with the flow.
He's just vibing.
Yeah.
He walks into this building.
I don't think he's really comprehending.
He's
what's
like,
happening.
hey, where is everybody? And next, just
Yeah.
just falling.
There's a hole.
Yeah, literally.
Your
And then,
serious boyfriend energy is just like, what? What's happening?
Serious. What was Stephanie
Orange cat?
boyfriend?
yeah. So then Peak and
I
Porco
know,
are
Stephanie's
stuck.
host, yeah.
While there is some crazy shit happening over on the surface, that crazy shit has a name. His name is Eren Yeager.
Yeah. The crazy shit going on.
Eren Yeager has been unleashed. Eren Yeager was listening very, very carefully to Mr. Willie Tiber's words, and he went on to reveal himself as Willie literally name dropped the guy, saying, his name is Eren Yeager.
You
And
cold?
then,
I'm glad he at least added him,
yeah.
Yeah.
And then, in some ways, Willie made it personal. And when you go out there and you start knocking over on the door, and then sometimes the door opens and hits you in the face, or picks you up, crushes your body, twists you, and then drops
Throws you up
and eats you.
and just devours you.
Yeah. And then, there's so much destruction and so much death happening. As a matter of fact, we're going to get some more context as to that and what we covered in this episode. But Eren, he's taking out the military brass, taking out the many different nations and their ambassadors. He's just going on a killing spree until the Warhammer shows up. At that point, and we talked about it over on our past stream, where it's like, was Eren just waiting to go ahead and snuff out the Warhammer? Which I believe you might have kind of maybe theorized about it, about like, why did she end up going there with Willie? Understand, Willie kind of had this maybe insurance card or whatever, just in case she were to go a little, I should say, go not according to plan. Because obviously Willie had a plan. He was fully aware of he's going to go out there and sacrifice his life.
Right.
Which is why he even looked over and he kind of told,
I'd say it's on the off chance that maybe he didn't get killed immediately and could be spared.
Yeah. It's a good assumption there. But nonetheless, Warhammer Titan revealed herself, and now she is there to go ahead and take on Eren Yeager, except we talked about it. Eren decided to do the one thing that you don't do in anime, and that is to go ahead and stop mid-transformation. Stop somebody mid-transformation.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let you power up.
Fight.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Everyone knows you pause the fight for the climactic effect.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody wants a fair fight, man.
Yeah. So Eren decides to go ahead and just beat the shit out of this Warhammer Titan mid-transformation. Like, all you see is muscle forming around the skull, and then just boom,
Fist comes flying in.
And so Eren is just repeatedly going out there and just throwing
Eren's just
punches.
too excited.
Right?
Like, I've been waiting for this. Finally.
The bloodlust finally
I
had
get
an
to show
outlet.
out.
Yeah, and then so we have some of the military are watching off in the distance. That is obviously Commander Magath. He's there with some of his military soldiers, and they're watching this. And the military is afraid to go ahead and go ahead and start fighting. Literally, the devil, fighting the founder, fighting Eren Yeager, until. Well, the commander went and put things in his own hand. He's just like, "Oh, won't you guys remember that I fired the first shot?"
By the way, guys, I shot him.
The first bullet to pierce the enemy was mine.
Yeah.
He goes, "Well, the battle has officially begun."
I was first blood, all right?
Now
Won't
we
you
can
guys
start
remember
our
that?
counterattack.
Exactly. And then so,
Yes, man, hurrah.
I do like that he at least values like the rules, unspoken rules of war.
Yeah.
He's like, hold on, let's.
Given that this motherfucker
I'll do the first
just
shot, now we
broke
can start our
law,
counter.
He broke international anime law.
Yeah.
I'm at least gonna
I know.
Okay, we can start now.
One thing
I
that
know.
did pack a punch was, of course, the anti-Titan cannons. We talked about
Yeah.
that, and that's kind of what got Aaron to go ahead and kind of lose his momentum,
They
lose his
do be
guard.
technologically advanced.
Allowed the Warhammer Titan to go ahead and get back up and pierce the, Attack Titan / Founding Titan, which is Aaron, and so get the line as the Warhammer is able to speak and go out there essentially asks Aaron Yeager if you have any last words, and that's when Aaron is not alone.
Yeah.
Aaron goes on to go ahead and say like essentially
Now, Mikasa.
now Mikasa, and then so Mikasa shows up, does a barrage, a thunder spear barrage. Like we counted them, literally there's like 8 thunder spears, right?
Four
All
on
at
each
once.
arm.
Exactly. Literally as perfectly targeted as it can be, like just circle around the nape.
Yeah.
And then
It was like art.
the Warhammer Titan
Make a
is
circle.
gone, has been defeated, right? Mikasa thinks it's over. We're gonna go ahead and talk more about that in this episode. When Mikasa is now has now been reunited with Aaron,
I was just thinking about that
and it appears that Aaron really couldn't fucking care.
song. Yeah.
Aaron, please come home. Bitch, we got a plan.
I know.
And again, we're gonna get
Dude,
more.
we just started.
We're gonna get more clarity on that as far as that dynamic over in this episode when we go ahead and cover it.
We can't stop.
But
just got here.
Party going.
as far as Porco and Peak, they were saved by the Panzer unit because they did eventually make their way over there, and even Peak's kind of like, what took you guys so long, right? And then they go ahead and they save them, and then Peak wants to go ahead and now take action. Porco wants to take action, but very blindly,
Borgo
and
just wants to transform and run in.
and so the Panzer unit essentially are going to go ahead and gear up and get the cart, Titan armor, and everything ready in, what did he say, like 5 minutes or something like that? Or
they said 10, and she said,
Yeah.
make it 5.
yeah,
Or was
Did
it
they say
15 and 5?
She said make it
15,
10.
yeah, something like that,
15,
right?
10.
I remember thinking that I was putting myself in her shoes, and I was like, wow, sitting there while chaos is happening for 10 minutes sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Like as a warrior,
Over in your own
being
home.
like, dude, like I can't. I'm just this ugly Titan. What am I supposed to do?
Literally at your own home. Like
need
think
a
about
tank.
that.
I'm just the throat
yeah,
goat.
in your own home.
Like that's the thing you think about like that, you're right. So
Right.
Probably
Porco-
is. Have you seen that?
see what? Oh, is this a social media reference?
No.
It's a dirty reference.
Oh gosh.
We're talking about throats.
No.
We're going back to the throats.
Continue what you were saying, Jose
Yeah.
J.
Porco goes on to go ahead and do his own thing. Peak essentially just kind of like, well, just be careful. you
Yeah.
know? And
don't
so
die.
we'll find out what he's up to. And then,
But then we get that shot of the zoo, 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 zoo.
well,
That was my sound effect
yeah.
for the ODM
Another thing
here.
too is they noticed something, and that is the Island Devils are here.
Great. That was
They're using their ODM gear, and then
Zoom, zoom.
Peak obviously is very familiar with them, as she's like notices them. She knows exactly who that is. What she doesn't know why they're here.
And she's like,
She's actually, I should say, she's
Shocked.
definitely. I don't want to say she doesn't know why they're here. It's more like she doesn't know how they got here.
She's
Yeah.
in disbelief that
Yeah.
they're in her backyard.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, she looks up and she's like, why are they here? Like,
Yeah.
why are they here now?
Yeah, exactly.
She's like, I thought I was home.
And then another important thing to go ahead and know is that Colt and Gabi are running they're running out and about, trying to go ahead and find a hospital. They're trying to go ahead and find, somebody that like a doctor to help out,
A
Udo.
This dead
Yeah.
kid.
And again, we'll
whose
talk more
head
about
got
that.
Crushed in.
Exactly.
Literally got
They
stomped
have
in.
already lost an ally in Zofia, who literally got crushed by a boulder.
At 0.02 seconds into the war, casualty Zofia has entered the chat.
I know. She
Yeah.
literally immediately died.
I want to go ahead and ask an interesting question.
And that kid died because he was like, let's take this rock off of her. Dude.
I know. He's like, help me.
Help me get it off her. What do you
The
mean?
Egyptians couldn't do that.
I know.
And then literally a stampede. Okay, great. Good job, dude. I want to ask you guys a question.
Good job, dude. You're dead.
Mufasa!
So we come to find out, later on over in the anime, right, that, almost like not guardian angels, but you have people over from the beyond have been watching and have been kind
Yeah.
of,
You've got some viewers.
seeing the journey along
Some
the way.
spectators
Yeah.
that are waiting for the battle royale.
I want to ask for the other side of some of the others that are lost. Like for the sake of this same topic, Zofia, has she just been watching
Yeah.
Has she just been watching the destruction happen? Is
Yeah,
she
did she get
looking
greeted
over at her
by-
body and being like, oh my god, and then looking over and seeing Udo
just
trying to go ahead and lift a build like this boulder off.
Yeah.
Going out there and somehow seeing like, does it also work in the other way too?
I'm gonna say, well, maybe it's just Eldians. Well, I mean, it worked for them.
Yeah, like where they're able to, once you pass on, you're
Those who
being
connect
like
to the
welcomed
paths.
into the next life, you know?
I think it's the paths.
But whenever they're welcomed into the next life, it's always like in a calm setting.
Yeah.
I don't know
It
if
wouldn't
that would
be like in
ever
the middle
happen
of like a full
in the
on.
middle of war. People are dying around you,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh my god, all these people I've missed. How bittersweet! But everyone is dying.
Yeah.
Like
I
the
just
only
think
times
like
you've ever seen it, it's been
sees her
very calm.
grandma, and then she sees Udo getting like stomped out, and grandma's like, "Come home to me."
And you're like,
Udo's like, "I don't fear.
I was picturing Sophia just being like Udo, I'm here. Udo, I'm right here. Udo, I'm right here. Like
then
literally
he
like realizing that
Then he
she's
gets
just like
up out of his own body. He's like,
Yeah.
"I'm here too."
no.
Yeah, he's like, hey, Sophia.
That wasn't
I'm
very
also
warrior
here.
Like
of
all
me.
in
That
the
wasn't.
stampede, and then you just see his body there, right? And then all of a sudden, like his spirit just goes.
Yeah, he gets up and he's like,
Hi, Sophia.
oh.
What do we do now?
He's like, well, thanks for trying to save me. but-
So that's pretty much what Colt and Gabi have been up to. They're out there trying to go ahead and find help. Well,
It was a lot more dramatic than the way we explained it,
Yeah.
I swear.
the scouts, the Island Devils, air quotes, are now over in Liberio, over in Marley. They have made their way. They have listened to orders. They've followed the letters, and they are now here to go ahead and help. As we see when Commander McGoth, he has that moment where he's kind of like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a quick little, and all of a sudden, just like a group of scouts just show up from behind.
Yeah.
And they're getting ready to go and gun down
oh,
all the
crap.
different Marleyan soldiers. And so the war has begun there, and we'll find out more about how that all plays out. And yeah, so that's pretty much the extent of the recap.
That was pretty good.
We're gonna go ahead and now continue on with the episode. This is part 3. This episode will split into 4 parts because I ended in a way where I felt like I want to end it at that point. And you guys will probably understand why. And if for some of you, we're probably gonna go ahead and be maybe a little sentimental.
I know why.
And you're also probably gonna be like no, like more,
But we just love to do that.
which is fine. And that's exactly what anime wants us to be left with is more.
That's what AttackOnTitan
The
always does.
hunger.
So, we're gonna go ahead now get into the episode. Lexi will begin the narration, and then I will go ahead and narrate the second part. And Zach has a lot of lines.
And I will look pretty.
And let me just make sure everything is good there. Yeah. Let me go ahead and do the switch to just AOT vibes only. Beautiful.
Are you just listening to yourself?
All
I
right.
like haven't put on the headphones yet because I'm waiting for you to stop.
All right. So without further ado, we will go ahead and jump into the episode.
Oh my god.
Again, as we go ahead and we talk about the episode, do not be afraid to go ahead and chime in with your own thoughts over in chat. As we go ahead and review the portion of the episode that we're about to go ahead and cover, go ahead and let us know your thoughts as well. Let us know what you guys think. Whenever we have questions, we want to hear answers, and do not be afraid to ask questions because we want to try to answer. So,
Try. Keyword try.
yeah. A lot of times when in Attack on Titan you have questions, there aren't any answers. There's just more questions.
I know. We just end up spiraling.
It's always more questions.
Exactly. Alrighty. So I'm ready. Zach, are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
All right. Lexi, you ready?
We continue the episode.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, beautiful. All right, do your thing.
We continue the episode as Commander McGoth makes an important call. We hear Commander McGoth's distressed voice as he says,
Our chain of command has been shattered. This is the ultimate test of our military strength. Cancel the special vigilance training at once. Bring that entire division down from the mountains. Call in the fleet as well, and bring in all 30,000 soldiers we have stationed to the east and west. I want the internment zone sealed off. Surround us. Don't let a single island devil escape, especially not the founder.
We then see that Commander McGoth makes the radio call from inside an office as he and his soldiers take cover from Island Devil gunfire. McGoth while carefully looking around the window, thinks to himself,
Go ahead and wreak havoc while you can. Your fates are sealed.
We then see the destruction, devastation, and death outside in Liberio.
This has gone exactly as Willie planned. The entire world now considers the Eldian Empire a threat, and every nation that lost government officials to this massacre is now a party to this war. The world can no longer risk letting you live, but you must realize that going into this, which means...
And in that brief momentarily pause, a grenade is thrown inside that same office. Commander Magath and his soldiers brace for impact as the grenade goes off. On the rooftops, Marley and soldiers are doing everything they can to try to gun down their enemies. One soldier struggles to connect with any gunfire, but he's then surprised with an ODM cable connecting to him, piercing his back. The Island Devil then pulls the soldier, causing the Marleyan officer to fall off the rooftop. The Island Devil is none other than John, as he looks around at the battlefield and says,
Idiots.
Sorry, I just lost my whole spot. Okay, I'm here.
Good.
I found it. Jean now calls out to his fellow scouts.
Hey! Are you guys trying to burn down the whole internment zone? We need to try to keep civilian casualties to a minimum. Understand me, Flock?
Flock tells Jean,
Everyone here is an enemy. These are just our enemies' homes. Don't forget what they did to us. The Titans who've been slaughtering our people for years come from here, right? They've been eating us alive. So they got this coming, and then some.
Jean tries to calm Flock down.
Seriously, you have to stop thinking like that.
Flock points and tells Jean,
Look there. He's telling us something. That we have to fight.
Flock is pointing at Aaron's Titan body.
We can't just cower behind our walls, waiting for death to come. We need to fight like he does. Like devils.
Meanwhile, at Aaron's Titan body, Mikasa and Aaron continue their conversation. Mikasa tells Aaron, Hey, Aaron, you understand what you've done, don't you? Aaron just continues to stare at the destruction. You've killed so many civilians, innocent people, kids. There's no taking this back. Mikasa begins to get emotional as she tears up, staring at Aaron. Aaron stares back at Mikasa with this look of expressing no emotion at all. Aaron responds,
It's not over, Mikasa.
And now the Warhammer Titan begins to stand back to its feet. The barrage of thunder spears was not enough, and Mikasa reacts. That's impossible! I blew up the nape of its neck. Aaron adds,
And I crush its nape with all my strength, yet it's still alive.
The Warhammer Titan creates a crossbow and fires at Aaron and Mikasa. But Mikasa was able to save Aaron using her ODM gear. Aaron stares and examines the Warhammer Titan as he analyzes. Aaron thinks he may have figured something out. Mikasa and Aaron land to safety as Aaron says,
I think I get it now. The Warhammer Titan uses hardening to make whatever it needs, and it won't die, no matter how much damage we deal to its neck. Mikasa, keep it occupied for me. If this works, I'll be able to eat the Warhammer.
That's probably something that Mikasa doesn't really want to hear.
Yeah, she's like, babe, you have to stop eating people.
Yeah, stop eating.
Cannibalism is
Okay.
bad, babe.
You realize that you killed kids, right?
Also, think about the fact that the last time that he kind of got a Titan ability, well, I should say not the last time, but these Titans are fucking up his mind.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
last thing he needs is another
Yeah.
Titan to go ahead and consume.
He already has 2 of them. He already has attack and
Yes,
founding.
2 of the worst ones for your mental
Yeah.
health.
Exactly.
Chat, we got not my goats. I knew Jacob was gonna go out there and get crazy. My horse face king. Oh my god.
My horse face king.
It goes that line. Mikasa sees Aaron.
Not my goats. First time
first
Mikasa
time.
sees Aaron in a long time.
Oh, the first time, yeah.
Said by Josh. Hi, Josh.
Hey, Josh is here. Hey,
Yeah.
what's up, Josh?
Josh also said, not my goats.
Yeah, not my goats.
Oh, that was Josh who said that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Jacob said, yes, sir.
I was figuring Jacob was going to go out there and enjoy. Yeah, I was trying to go out there and do my best to go ahead and make Flock sound cool. All right.
My horse face king.
I don't know why.
I should have just did the Flock where like, everyone here's an enemy.
I know.
These are just our homes.
I just hear Muscleman.
Josh said, sorry, I was playing Rivals.
Of course you were.
It's okay.
Didn't you know we're back on Overwatch?
Yeah, dude. Overwatch is back.
okay.
They have loot boxes.
Monster Hunter.
They have perks now.
Monster Hunter.
And Josh is here.
I can answer your question. Luca responded.
Okay, cool.
Lit. He's probably going to be like, oh my God, 130 something.
No. Luca is, he said, I think level 52, but Marco is like in the 80s already.
All right. I'm like 41 right now.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Some people have already reached 999.
Stupid.
What?
Yeah. It took a week. And then they posted it on Twitter.
What?
Yes. Go touch some grass.
Stupid. Oh, man.
Take some vitamin C tablets, dude, because you have not seen that sun.
Laughed. Fuck off.
Almost laughed.
All right, I want to go ahead and start from the beginning
funny.
here. All right. So, Commander McGath, he's going out there and this episode essentially starts with him making a very important radio call because he thinks that they have the upper hand here. He's like, look, whatever training, whatever we got going on, whatever available men we have, bring them over here because we're not letting any island devil go out there and leave this internment zone. Right? He goes out there and he's like talking about how he wants it sealed off. He wants them to surround us. He talks about, to call in the fleet as well.
Right.
Hey, they're bringing in every and all available soldiers to go ahead and make sure this all ends here. The founder is here. We're going to go ahead and get the founder. All right? We want to make sure. And one thing I missed from the recap is that, Magath and his soldiers are watching, this battle happening between these two titans, and they want the Warhammer to literally eat and steal the founding titan ability, except
and the attack titan.
Yeah, the Warhammer seems to not want to do that, which is we essentially proposed a question.
Sense.
We proposed a question to you guys, and
Magath more like
also Josh and anybody else to join us. Poll is available currently live over on Instagram. We want to get our votes in, and we're gonna see what the results are at the end of this episode. But of course, it will not be the final results. We just kind of want to get a little tease. So 30,000 soldiers that are stationed. Right?
Yeah.
A lot of soldiers, right?
So on top of the other ones that he called in.
Yeah. And so Magath has been ready for this. Obviously he talked about Willie and how everything is going according to Willie's plan, right?
Yes.
And he says, looking over at the Island Devils, like, wreak your havoc while you can. Your fates have already been sealed. Yet Magath doesn't understand that this isn't the end. This isn't where things end. This is just the beginning.
I get where he's coming from, though, because it makes sense that he's like, dude, you literally are making yourself enemy number one for all of these allies, all of these nations.
Yeah.
Like,
literally just shot the world government's flag.
Exactly.
But little does Magath know.
Yeah, and then he literally is interrupted by a grenade.
Yeah, a grenade, which is pretty poetic. That's pretty much what he thought the whole story was. Yeah, rumbling. Throw that in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, literally.
And that's another thing too that Willie literally mentioned over in his story. Right?
Using my ult.
I know. I'm gonna put my ult.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Willie was trying to prevent that from happening. He was trying to make aware that we need to go ahead and essentially stop things, end things. When I say we, I mean like the Tiber family and the Marlians and other nations. They had to band together to go ahead and stop the Island Devils from essentially doing something stupid, which is trying
genocide.
to go out there and cause genocide.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Maybe.
Genocide isn't stupid. Everyone like to do it.
So Magath is trying to go out there and make every single preparation, right? All soldiers accounted for. All soldiers are available. And we'll see how it plays out. Because one of those soldiers who's just there on top of this rooftop, the scene when you watch it, like John, we've talked about John before, about how John hesitates. John did not hesitate here. He just sent a fucking
that's been some
ODM
growth.
cable directed towards this dude's back. Like he's out there next, just just like shit. He's like, and it literally like some Mortal Kombat fucking fatality.
Get
John
over
goes out there and just literally get over here, and he just like throws him off a rooftop.
You just my turn.
Like all you hear is this is Jean.
Cool, Jean.
Like that's
It's been
got
a
a
long
little
time
bit of facial
since
hair.
season 3.
He got some facial
He thinks
hair.
he looks like Shaggy.
John
now.
says he does hesitate against
Join.
Falco though. Well, I mean, it's because Aaron wanted him to. No, I'm kidding.
That's
It's also because it's a kid. It's also because it's a kid.
Yeah, it's true. Falco is a kid. Yeah, I mean this Jean that I see here. This is a Jean who obviously is in a very like he's in a leadership role here.
Oh yeah.
You know, so
He's a decision maker now.
yeah.
My boy grew some courage because he doesn't want Aaron to steal his girl.
Yeah. Yep. Honestly,
Aaron's been stealing a couple of girls. If the theories are true.
if they're true. So
Mr. Steal Yo bitch.
Jean goes out there. You know, he does an incredible entrance here, as we just talked about it, and then
Right.
he, being the leader, which we just literally referenced to, he goes out there and he sees that the scouts are being a little reckless here. You know, we see that they are burning homes.
Yeah.
Like they're almost like going out of their way to go ahead and
Like cause more
destroy
destruction.
buildings and homes and stuff around them.
They're getting revenge for Shiganshina.
Yeah, and it's not so much like focusing over on the enemy, right? We go ahead, we have to take out the soldiers, we have to go ahead and get in, we have to get out. No,
Right.
it's like when we're getting over there, we're gonna go out there and make sure we make it known that we're here.
Gonna go make a statement.
We're gonna ruin things for them.
We're the devils you think we are.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is that literally Flock, he literally is talking about like, look, like these are the enemies. Let's destroy their homes. Like, don't forget what they did to us. Like the Titans that literally have been like killing us are Titans that they sent over to us. Like it's one of those things where he points literally at his like his captain. He points over at like his commander, over at Aaron, right? Granted, it's a Titan.
That man is gonna be king of the pirates.
Yeah, that man right there.
But granted, it's a decapitated attack Titan that's like just like, you know,
Right.
Aaron's little
Stuck on a pike.
nub of a torso just sticking out.
But still, nonetheless, Flock is like, look, do you see that there? You know what he's telling us? He's telling us
See
that
that
we have to
flag
fight.
waving in the
Yeah,
air?
I know, exactly.
That's him.
He goes, look, we can't cower. We have to go ahead and fight like he does. And like Zach mentioned, he is embracing what it is the Marlians refer to them as. He goes, we need to fight like devils.
Yeah.
And that's something I line that I think that, correct me if I'm wrong, has Commander Irvin ever expressed like fighting like a devil?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay, because I was trying to
Strictly
think
humanity.
of like I was trying
Yeah.
to think of like
And soldiers and stuff.
what
Yeah.
other moments there have been where it's almost like, look, they want us to go ahead and fight like that. Like we'll fight like that. Like I'm trying to think of who else. Just
Levi probably.
maybe.
That's a Levi line. Oh, you want to call me a devil? I'll show you a devil.
Yeah, maybe. I'm thinking of somebody who maybe
He says something like that when he kills that guy. When he's like, "What are you, some kind of monster?" And Levi goes, "Monster? Maybe I am."
Yeah.
He says, "Maybe," and then he kicks the dude's teeth in, and
Yeah. Flock came up with it when Irvin died because he thinks he's a devil. Oh, that's what it was, referring to Irvin as a devil. Yeah,
Right,
thought only a
that's
devil.
what it is.
That's what it was. That was line. Thank you so much, Josh. Wow. You know what, Josh? Thank you so much for the insight,
I
man.
love having you here. Josh.
Yeah, I knew it had to do with Irvin and devil, but that's right. Flock wanted Irvin to go ahead and stay alive.
Yeah.
That's why you
because-
didn't remember who it was.
Yeah.
because he was saying Flock was
Because
saying
Flock
that
said
this
it.
is
That's
hell.
why.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He was comparing it basically to being like, "This is a living hell.
Yeah.
This is hell."
So we need a devil to go ahead and essentially. That's
Yeah, he
right.
compared Irvin to a devil.
Okay, and then so yeah, I mean,
Very good, Josh.
yeah,
Very
thank you
good.
for that. So Flock knows what his motivation
Thank you,
is.
Josh.
This is only going to go ahead and kind of kickstart it and continue going on further as Flock has just expressed his loyalty. It's not so much to the scouts because if it was, he'd be following orders from Jean because Jean very much, as we talked about, is in a leadership role. And
Yeah, and he earned it too.
yeah, oh yeah, definitely. So back over there at Aaron again. Mikasa shown up. She has saved Aaron, right? Which she thinks she has. And we talked about the barrage of thunder spears, and Mikasa. She understands literally as you just look around, picture like when you watch the episode and just picture as scary as it is, picture yourself being there and just looking around over at just the the devastation and all the death, just the destruction that's happening. This is a battlefield, right? Mikasa's looking around.
Sea of flame.
She has a great advantage point because literally she like is up there with Eren, perched over on like a Titan's shoulder, and just looking down at all of the chaos.
Yeah.
Right?
No wonder she's crying.
Yeah, she's literally tearing up, telling Eren like, "Do you understand what you just did?" Right? She goes, "Look." She goes. She says that talking about how he's killed. Eren has killed so many civilians, innocent people, kids.
Did you hear that trumpet? That was Blue.
Yeah, Blue just getting a little moody out there. And then she says, "There's no taking this back." Like understanding the importance and just what's happening here. You know, it's very not similar, but it's kind of like, you know, from a different perspective of like with Magath. He sees what's happening here and he's like, "Oh, they don't understand what they just did." You know, they sealed their fates already. You know, and yeah, Mikasa is kind of like, we literally, what has happened here has changed everything, and we can't act like it has and go back to how things were. It's never going to be like that again. And we come to find out that's kind of a little bit of a common narrative later on where they just want things to go back to how they were, but they keep finding themselves in messes caused by Eren or caused by others, mainly Eren. And they just can't go back to the simple days of just like being these rambunctious kids looking for trouble. Finding trouble and somehow, you know, just being able to go ahead and just, you know, wipe off the dirt or you know, care to the little scratches and this and that and just move on to the next day. No. Now, the scratches are serious. The threats aren't bullies. Now they are enemies.
Yep.
And the stakes are higher.
Life and death.
And you can tell Mikasa's just exhausted. You can tell she just wants to go back home. She wants Eren just to go back home. But
She just wants to chill out, man.
But Eren, as we see here, expression is just so expressionless.
Yeah.
So there's no emotion. It's so, you can use the word numb, but I feel like that's still not describing it enough. It's almost like cynical. It's almost like psychopathic.
Yeah.
Like
It's
genuinely doesn't feel any emotion anymore.
like just picture somebody
He's
just
just numb
staring
to it
off in the
all.
distance with eyes just like wide open, not blinking.
Dead man stare.
Yeah.
This is a man who has literally seen the future
No remorse.
and knowing how it's going to play out and has just zero emotions.
Yeah.
Almost like zero
No
control.
more sympathy. No more empathy.
It's like I'm not in control anymore.
Yeah.
And you know, at this point he understands what needs to be done. And he has no say in the matter,
Yeah.
you know?
Josh said they proved to the world the island is dangerous, crippling barley in the Tibers.
Yep.
Then
Exactly.
Tish said, Mikasa, "I'm tired, Grandpa." Eren, "That's too damn bad."
Yep.
You keep digging.
Pretty much. As a matter of fact, like literally, like she was like, "Look, like we can't go back," and then Aaron's just like, "It's not over yet."
Yeah.
You know, he sees the
Please
Warhammer.
come back home. I'm not done.
Yeah, Warhammer is now getting back to
Honey,
their
you've
feet.
drank enough. Let's go home. One more beer.
Grandpa, time to take your medicine. No.
Yeah, exactly. And so Mikasa, of course, reacts to what essentially is the impossible. Like you would think that if you go out there and you explode the Nape, the Titan would be done, right? Gone,
Yeah.
defeated, right? No. And
Guys, it's coming back.
and Mikasa, of course,
I did notice a detail while he was interrupting the transformation.
yeah. And then so again, we talked about the abilities of the Warhammer. It's almost like a form of some sort of like manifestation, kind of, you know, able to go out there and create things from its own body, its own kind of like source, and created a crossbow, which is, I guess, pretty cool. And
I
then,
know.
So
Kinda creative.
But Eren is looking and watching very carefully, right? And he thinks he figured something out. All right. He talks about the hardening that the Warhammer uses, right? He talks about how it won't die, no matter how much damage we deal to it, specifically its neck. And then he's just like, you know what, Mikasa? keep it occupied for me. You know, like, okay, bro.
I know you miss me, but I need you to do me more
thunder
favors.
spears.
I know.
You know?
Hey, hear this?
Exactly.
See how there's no explosion?
Yeah. And then
I have no blades.
But one thing I noticed is that it's almost like Eren is obviously he's fully aware of this, but like giving orders.
Yeah.
He's just like, all right, keep it occupied. You know,
He knows
knowing
that
that
he's got her
the
wrapped around his
attachment
finger.
and stuff, you know, and obviously later on he's going to go ahead and say some very hurtful things. We'll
Scared
find
me
out
there.
the motive behind
He
all
did
that
a last
as well.
minute kick and it scared me. Sorry.
But he says that whatever it is he's thinking, if it's able to work, he'll be able to eat the Warhammer Titan. So we have a small little part now to go ahead and talk about, and then we will go ahead and get into our final thoughts and discussion.
Real quick, Josh said Eren himself doesn't enjoy what he's doing. He knows that he's on a set of tracks and is merely a passenger seeing the same thing he saw 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's why we even talked about at the start of literally the breakdown here, where it's like, we can only imagine here what some of his allies or so on, or even maybe just the vessel that is Eren Yeager probably thinking when it's like, oh God, I have to eat another Titan. Like, I need more knowledge and more power and more just, all right, let's just get this over with. You know, it's like Josh has said, he's literally just this vessel who's going for for the ride.
Yeah.
You
Like
know?
we said, numb and emotionless. Like that means like joy. Like you can tell he's clearly not liking what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like you just know that he has to do
He's
it.
just there.
Yeah.
This is the equivalent of a guy in his cubicle, like for 30 years. Someone just sitting in their cubicle, same thing day in and day out, except it's genocide. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's kind of a one and done deal with that one.
yeah. Like Mikasa said, there's no redoing, or what did she say? There's no taking that back.
Yeah.
There's no
Taking this back.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Tested so many times to change the outcome of things. Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
That's why he's probably just so tired.
It could be very out of body
Literally.
for him. Eren did everything for his friends.
Yep. That's all stuff that we
Literally a
do.
slave to freedom.
We find out obviously later on and stuff, you know. But in the moment, it's kind of like, bro, like, what are you doing? All right. So now we're gonna go ahead and continue. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Here we go.
I don't really feel like it.
We continue the episode as we see a large crowd of citizens all gathered in front of a hospital. A doctor has to respond to someone with unfortunate news. I'm truly sorry, but we're overwhelmed as it is, and that child is already deceased. We then see that doctor is actually speaking to Colt and Gabi as Colt holds Udo's deceased body in his arms. Colt tells the doctor,
No, wait. You haven't even looked at him yet.
The doctor continues to tell Colt, if you're actually a warrior candidate, then wake up and look at reality. A nurse interrupts urgently needing the doctor.
Doctor, we need you.
The doctor responds in a panic as he leaves Colt. Right, on my way. Colt struggles with the reaction or lack thereof from the doctor as Colt just holds Udo close. The next scene, we see Udo being laid to rest on top of a sheet. A somber Colt tells Gabi.
Gabi, you should go find your family.
We see that they are at a grassy field where many other citizens are laying their loved ones to rest.
I'm not sure if anywhere's safe, but get as far away from the plaza as you can. I just need to track down Falco.
A pissed off and determined Gabi tells Colt.
Oh my God! Right when I went to say it, I started choking. See, my body doesn't even like voicing.
I know.
Gabi.
You're like, oh my God, I almost threw up just right
I
here.
almost threw up just thinking about her voice. Oh my God.
You want me to go ahead and segue you again?
Yeah, segue you one more time.
All right.
Right when I went to literally do the line, I like choked.
Okay.
Everybody was like, "Don't do it."
A pissed off and determined Gabi tells Colt.
I'm going to.
Colt looks at Gabi and notices that she has a revengeful look in her eyes.
Because I don't get why Udo and Sophia needed to die.
A pissed off Gabi now decides to run off as Colt yells out to her.
Wait! It's not safe! Gabi!
Gabi runs towards the action as vehicles of reinforcements pass her by. A guard then calls out to her.
Hey, stop! You're headed straight into a war zone, kid! Gabi? What are you doing here?
Gabi stops and adamantly responds to the guard.
Oh, it's you. I'm ready to fight, so let me pass.
The guard has seen enough of her antics as he prevents Gabi from passing.
Stop acting like a stupid brat. Find your family and lay low.
An explosion erupts off in the distance as the guard, Gabi, and surrounding officers all react. A Marleyan soldier reacts to the explosion.
We're under attack!
Another soldier responds asking, "Where from?" But then, another explosion wipes out the vehicle of soldiers. From above, the guard notices island devils using their ODM gear.
Above us! Oh shit!
The guard turns to tell Gabi.
Start running and don't!
The guard stops and falls to the ground in front of Gabi as the guard was shot in the head. Gabi just stares at the deceased guard as she reacts.
Oh my God.
Gabi looks at the rooftop and notices the island devil that delivered the fatal shot to the guard. On the rooftop, replenishing ammo into their sniper rifle, is a scout we're all too familiar with. This island devil that Gabi has laid her eyes on is none other than Sasha. To be continued.
The fucking irony. How I didn't notice that shit the first time.
I love that Sasha like actually looked down to her though.
Yeah.
Like made eye contact while reloading her gun. She's like, bitch, I'll shoot you too.
That explains
She
why
should've.
Gabi does what she does when she does it.
Yeah.
exactly.
She saw that face
Don't know
and
what
was
she does
like,
when she does it.
"You're the one."
Yeah. And was like, I recognize you.
I recognize you're the bitch with the sniper.
So now, I guess trying to go ahead
Let
and
me pass.
trying to sympathize with Gabi. I mean, the thing is that this is all stuff that Gabi is experiencing firsthand. Like, she's been in battlefields, she's been
Yeah,
in
she's
wars.
in basically Aaron's
But
shoes.
yeah, exactly. That's a great way to go ahead and say it. Is that like this is the moment where it's like Aaron is seeing things
Reversal.
happening over in Shiganshin for the first time. Like Gabi is experiencing this, and now she's starting to get that crazy suicidal look in her eyes as well, right? And
Suicidal maniac.
and let's go ahead and let's talk about the hospitals as we go ahead and we see just a large group of citizens gathered in front of like literally it's not even just a door, just like there was a actual like fence that you know you get to before you actually get to the door of the hospital, and at that fence is just a crowd of people trying to go ahead and make their way in there. They can't, and we see that there are people who are like much like Colt holding loved ones who are probably deceased as well. I'm sure probably in the brink of death. There are
And
others
they
that
can't
are
be treated because there's others that
and then there's others over
There's just
literally
too many
outside the fence
casualties.
there's just
that
too
are
many.
away from the crowd that are like attending to people.
Yes.
You know, and it's again just to go ahead and kind of illustrate here the devastation is happening here, as Mikasa went on to go ahead and say, like, look, like literally like citizens, innocent people, kids are dying.
Yeah.
You know, and this is the same lack of remorse that like the traitors, right? Rhina, Bertold, you know, and in a lot of ways, Annie as well, even though Annie wasn't a part of that official, or I should say that first initial breach, they didn't give a shit about who lived and who died. All they knew is they had to get in there and they had to go ahead and get something and get out.
Right.
And things got really messy, things got crazy, and they had to go ahead and kind of work one way and the other and go crazy method into a lot of stuff, and it really weighed on them all, and some more than others, obviously Rhina.
Other paw?
And you find yourself in a big mess, you know? But this is all stuff that they were trained to do. As kids, they were trained to go ahead and become warriors and take a power that belongs to them.
Yeah.
And then you have this child here. Again, Gabi's still a child. Whether we hate her or not.
I mean, and everyone loves to remind her of it too. They're always like, "Come on, kid.
Yeah.
All right, little girl.
And
Little brat."
she is experiencing her home being raided by island devils.
Yeah.
And again, like we talked about, they are acting like island devils. They're
fully embodying
They're
that.
fitting the role.
Exactly. Like the whole method thing that we're talking about here, like they decided like, all right, you know what? We're going to show them devils. Some of them, are against that extent. Others are kind of just following orders, like just like the warriors, the trainees, they were told to go ahead and do these orders and they're following them. Like the scouts are here to try to go ahead and retrieve something and take it back home.
Yep.
There's a lot of parallels here.
Yep.
And they're both trying to get the founder.
Yeah.
It's just whether the founder
and
is
it's the same
literally
guy.
somebody you
They're
know,
looking for Aaron.
or the founder is somebody that is, you know,
Truly
like
is the main character.
yeah. So it's one of those things where it's crazy. The parallels are all there, and it's, you know, it's obviously there for a reason. We understand the perspectives is one of those things where it's like season 4, they go ahead and they pull the rug out from under us because they want us to see that the person that we've been
That's why
rooting
everyone
for,
hates Gabi.
the main character in our eyes, has gone on to go ahead and do things that now we ourselves are now questioning.
Yeah. And when the direct parallel of that character, of that season 1 character, is now being the enemy, you know, the
main antagonist.
the main antagonist, basically. And it's being basically flip-flopped. Suddenly, everyone hates Gabi.
Yeah.
When she's literally experiencing the same exact thing Aaron did in season 1, and
Just girl Aaron.
and just reacting the same way. Given she is pretty cocky.
She's more of a prodigy than Aaron is, but
Yeah.
Aaron, in a lot of ways, was still a prodigy because of his father.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
Aaron, if he had all of this training and all
The
this warrior
resources.
training too, and the resources for that,
Oh,
you
he
know
would
damn
be
well
a
Aaron would have been the
fucking
same way. Aaron would have
He
been the
literally
exact
would
same
be
way.
Gabi.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's like a perfect parallel that King Isayama perfectly does.
Yeah.
And the general public reacts the exact way he probably expects it to.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Isayama like he's Aaron right now. I'm like, the way that he made the story
Is he
made the
not?
general public
he's
react the
essentially
exact
not.
way.
Yeah.
He is.
Isayama is the founder.
He is. He genuinely is.
But I mean,
Founder, he just starts drawing portraits of himself.
Yeah.
again, the parallels are all there. I mean, Gabi, again, for the sake of just this conversation that we're having, granted, I don't care for Gabi at all. No, I have not ever, even as the series is done, I can literally care less if she survived or died. Gabi was never a character where I was like, you know what, I see the good in
Yeah.
her. They tried to go ahead and do that, but I still was like, you know what, I
Don't
Yeah.
like her.
I don't.
Yeah, couldn't
I don't
really-
trust her.
I wish that
Fully
horse bit her
sympathize.
harder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's exactly, you know, and so it's more like that where you're like, you know,
It's really hard
what
to-
type stuff, right? But then, like, Gabi is in a lot of ways a very insufferable character,
Especially
right?
because she does kill a very near and dear character.
Exactly.
Exactly what, Sasha was my girl.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's so like, even what we're seeing in chat here, like, Sasha is a character that none of us wanted to lose, right? But then also think about, like, if somehow we started off the series from Marley's point of view, and we start off not even knowing about the Island Devils until later on in the series, where all of a sudden we're first introduced to this group of characters. Somehow we get a longer kind of, you know, backstory and everything. And we're like, all of a sudden we're like, fuck this person for killing Zofia. Like,
Yeah.
she's such like the, like,
Yeah.
like whatever, or not that this would ever happen, because I don't think, you know, there was, but like Udo and stuff, you know? Sorry, Udo, you're really
Sorry,
smart,
Udo,
but
dude. But
Oh, no, he was
you know,
just trying
and
to
I'm sure there's
say
other characters as well too. You know, like even
or
if
if we
like
would have really identified with the Tiber family,
Yeah.
or we're like, damn, they really killed Willie like
Yeah,
that, or
yeah,
damn, you know?
If we've been following Willie this whole time thinking he's going to be Helos, and in reality,
Yeah.
Aaron's our pro tag.
exactly. So
Because Willie's that type of character too that he could have been a really good. I mean, like when we came up with that poll,
yeah,
a lot of people voted they wanted to learn more
wanted
about
more of Willie, yeah.
more of Willie, and more about the Tiber family.
yeah. So
That silk-tongued man.
again, Gabi here, she's witnessing and experiencing battlefield over in her home firsthand, and there is a breach. The Island Devils are out and about. They're killing her people. The guard, I believe, this is the same guard that early on was.
Her and Falco.
Yeah.
Falco was lying.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously,
Confessing
you
his
know,
love.
like it could be one of those kind of like, you know, like. Granted, there's a lot of kind of, you know, like segregation and stuff that happens, but still, it's almost
Yeah.
like everybody knows everybody somehow, you know?
Yeah.
Or people know their people's
You
families
have
and
a
stuff,
routine
you know?
and you see the same people in your
Yeah.
routine.
Throughout that village.
I'm pretty certain everybody's going to know the, you know, Titan prodigy warrior.
Yeah.
You know?
And if you don't, she will make sure you do.
Oh, yeah.
She'll
yeah,
make sure you
100%.
know.
So she sees this guard go out there and fall literally right in front of her because of a headshot.
Yeah.
And of course, I mean, who's talented enough to just very quickly just go like,
I know.
Baby girl.
boom, boom.
No scope.
It's
That's my
Sasha.
baby
The
girl.
hunter instincts on Sasha.
And Sasha looks so cool. She's
Or
perched up over there on the rooftop like she's like this, like, you know, Batman character,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I'm Batwoman.
She's probably the one that set
I'm
most of the
potato
fires.
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Potato Girl.
Potato Girl. Yeah, I mean, it's cool to go ahead and see these characters kind of in their like,
It's good to see them again.
their time skip.
Yeah.
You know?
To see what kind
our
of
training
development
art,
that they've gone throughout
Yeah.
the time skip.
They all grew hair.
It sucks
I know.
knowing what ultimately is going to happen.
they got a new animation style.
But again, one thing that we see a lot over in the specific anime. Yeah, we see a lot of that.
Thanks,
but
Mappa.
So we go ahead and we see a lot of foreshadowing, and this is another moment where it's kind of like they lock eyes. There's a moment there, and as Sasha's just doing her job, but then with Gabi, we understand that she's getting that crazy look in her eyes, that revengeful look, and she is like now has that same determined agenda.
And she's
to go
very much a
ahead.
doer. Gabi's very much a want something done. I want to do it myself. I'm gonna go do it.
And much like Eren wanting to go ahead and kill all Titans, now you have Gabi who wants to go ahead and kill all devils.
Yeah.
So
Perfect parallel.
yeah. And
Falco.
things are only gonna get.
Wanted to make friends.
I know.
No, seriously,
I just kind of hope they're all friends in real life.
pretty much.
Shut up, bro.
How long have you known
Read this Reddit post.
So things are only going to get crazy from here, but this is where we stop and where we're going to go ahead and stop this episode. If you guys have any final thoughts in chat, please let us know as we get to a close. If any
Foreshadowing
questions
moment.
for us, we'll go ahead and we'll try to answer what you have. But this time, we do want to go ahead and kind of check to see what the poll's kind of up to.
Yeah, let's see if we've gotten any traction.
See if we got
on
any
there.
traction yet.
This is your guys' last chance to
I voted.
go through the poll.
You voted?
I voted.
So just to get a little vague kind of idea, and again, this isn't like a.
Oh wait, let me go on the Attack the Talk account.
This isn't a poll where we're like, oh my god, this is such a crazy poll. No, it's a poll where just like
It's a funsies.
what do you guys think type of
It's
stuff.
for funs.
Okay.
So where are we at right now?
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 votes.
Nice.
Well, what's the right now? Kind of like the results are.
Right now, so I asked, if you were the Tiber Warhammer Titan in this moment, would you have eaten Eren? And Jacob just texted. He said no because he's the goat. Thanks, Jacob.
Appreciate that. He said I just voted.
Yeah, he did just vote. Okay, so now he has skewed it a little bit.
I'm gonna guess it's no.
Yeah, most of it. 5 votes for no, 1 vote for yes.
Okay, interesting. So then next week we'll go ahead and we'll see.
The yes is Bobby.
Oh, Bobby.
Bobby's just like that, you know.
Wow.
That's my boy.
Bobby's like, fuck it. What does that person have to lose? You
I know. Like fuck it,
just
man.
go for it.
Give me all those memories.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would not want to bear those. I agree with the no.
So we'll go ahead and we'll see more of the what the final results will be
Review them again.
next week. All right, guys.
Maybe something else. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Tish says they will lose their sanity, and that is correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
All right. So, that's what we got for you guys. We hope that you guys enjoyed it. We hope that we did the episode. We hope that we, I guess, brought the image to you guys. If you guys are familiar with the series, and you guys were able to go ahead and recall the characters, and what we do is we try to go ahead and do a little story retelling, and because we're just big fans of it. Obviously, we all three of us have an appreciation for voice acting, which is why we want to go ahead and kind of just bring these characters alive with our voices, and hope you guys enjoyed it.
When I'm not
And,
choking on my vomit from the
I know.
voice.
She's like, okay, let's do. Oh my god, just the idea of thinking about
I know.
voicing Gabi.
I literally was about to start doing her,
Just a
and the
reflex.
moment that I tried to move my vocal cords, just
They said stop it.
and they're like,
Yeah.
don't do that.
Exactly. But I want to thank you all who have stuck around with us throughout the entire stream and chat. You guys are incredible. The support that we get from you guys literally means the world to us. And again, we've talked about it. We've said it many times. If it wasn't for you guys, we would not be doing this. Literally. Like, the podcast, it's fun. I love getting together, with these two here.
I
With
love Attack on Titan Church.
exactly. I love being able to do this.
Shucks.
But if we did this just for the sake of us doing it and not having you guys participating, being part of it,
Good boy.
we would not continue doing this and the way we're doing it.
You guys give us life.
So honestly, I mean, you guys are incredible. We really appreciate you guys so much. And go and spread the word. We'll go ahead and we'll try to get more friends. We're trying to obviously grow each week and stuff, and find like-minded friends who appreciate Attack on Titan.
I think Tish said something. She said she's gonna summon her fellow weebs.
Okay, perfect. Yeah,
Work.
that's awesome.
Period.
So yeah, bring them on over. Have them join us for a stream, or have them just check out an episode. We have all of our stuff available on our many different platforms. Have them follow us over on Instagram. I think we're pretty close over on YouTube to 100 subscribers, which would be really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
That's kind of a cool little benchmark there.
Wow, that is.
We might be like maybe 5 or so shy, so we'll try to go ahead and get some subs there, just for the sake of just continuing to go ahead and support one another. And again, you guys are awesome. You guys have been supporting us, and we do appreciate you guys always. So spread the word. We'll bring more friends here, and I enjoy just talking with you guys in chat, being able to go ahead and kind of express our thoughts collaboratively as a group, and yeah, you guys are just incredible. So like Lexi mentioned, go over on the Instagram at Attack to Talk Podcast. Follow us if you do not. Make sure you follow us so you guys can get all the updates. You guys will be able to know when we stream. You guys will be able to go ahead and see what it is that we post, whether it's a Q&A or a poll question, or even just fun little moments too. Like recently, Lex, you shouted out a friend of the show as well, right? Caesar, right?
I did. He got a nice little spotlight and shared it on his page. So I decided to share it on our story because,
Yeah, Caesar's a really, really cool
got to spread the
person,
word with cool people. Want you guys to know that they're cool.
Yeah. So that's really what it's about, guys. It's just about supporting one another, and it's just like it for you guys. If you guys have any endeavors or anything you guys want to go ahead and kind of pursue and stuff like that, and whatever your journey is, you guys know that we will support you guys along the way, and we'll cheer you guys on. We'll shout you guys out over on the podcast as well, because I mean, we're just so honored that you guys take the time out of your guys' just busy lives, whether you guys are live with us in chat at such late hours.
Yeah,
we appreciate you guys so much.
Thank you.
So we hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday night. And for anybody that's catching this over at a later time, whether you watch it when the episodes are published or whenever, who knows when in the future, thank you for just viewing our church service.
I know.
For coming to our Thursday mass,
our book club.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, it just means the world to us.
Little attack on
So if you have not, vote over on the poll. And if you're watching this again later, go ahead and vote in future polls. And yeah, all the good stuff. Shout out to Nate. Nate does love you, Nate, over on our social media. He does a lot for us over on YouTube.
I'll make more coffee next week.
Oh, there you go.
Coda will be waiting for you whenever you come to town, bro.
There you go. Shout out to Coda again, Zach. That's awesome news, man. I'm so happy for you, man. And
I can't wait.
You guys will
take care of that dog. Yeah, that dog's
show and tell at the podcast.
Relying on you.
Maybe I'll bring him with me. Maybe I will bring him with me just because he's gonna be.
Especially if you have him as like he is super chill, like how you described that he is.
He probably would not. If I put him here, he probably wouldn't leave it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hoping. We'll see. I'm gonna have a week to. Mess with
obviously,
him out.
let him fill you.
Just bring a pee pad.
Yeah,
obviously, 100%.
Yeah. So
Blue's gonna end up using.
You heard it here first.
I gotta go anyways.
Like, oh, cool.
Zach might be bringing a Coda with him.
I might be bringing a pup. So
we'll see.
Yeah. Again, shout out to Nate. Nate helps us out over on YouTube immensely, and we're so thankful for Nate on getting the episodes available and published for all of us to go ahead and view and at a later time.
You make us look professional, man.
I know, right? You such a good work.
Yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Like I said, the platforms are over on the link tree in the bio.
Yeah.
So
a bunch of the other little stuff there too that you guys can check out.
Exactly. That's all I got for you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. It feels so good to go ahead and be back.
Missed you guys.
And we'll see you guys next week. I made you signing off saying I love you guys. Appreciate your support as always, and stay safe. Spread the love and positivity. Love, hate, and I love you guys. So that's all I got. I'm out of here. I'll let you both go ahead and say your goodbyes. And yeah, you guys are awesome.
Jacob says code Christ because the world needs it. Love you all.
Amen.
Thank you, Jacob.
Amen, bro.
And I'm gonna leave you guys with shout out to AJ because he writes all of the scripts and everything for our for the podcast. So the podcast wouldn't even be organized or be a thing without AJ. So
Hit that applause. No,
thanks. I literally was
give
gonna
it to
do
him. Give it to him. Give it to him.
Oh no! AJ gets an applause. I know if I had an air horn.
WAJ.
Yeah, WAJ. Yeah, shout out to AJ because he does write all of the scripts and takes time out of his busy week to do all that. So, yeah, honestly, I just show up and yap.
Hey, you guys are the talent.
You just yap, bro.
I show up and yap. AJ's
I'm just
the
like
brains.
the producer who goes
just
out there and
here. I'm just
I
vibes.
produce the
We're the
scripts. I
looks.
produce with the notes. We're
We're
breaking
the
down the
memes.
docs.
We've
Yeah.
got all the social media.
We're the pop
memes.
culture. We
Yeah.
come with the pop culture
But the thing is,
knowledge.
though,
You
that's
come
the
with the
thing is
Attack on
that
Titan knowledge.
You guys do help in other ways that you guys aren't even fully aware of and stuff. You know, you guys are always available. You guys have been just immensely so supportive to the podcast. You
I was
guys
late today.
both very easily could have been like, "Hey, man, I'm so sorry, but like, I just can't do this anymore." And then you know what the thing is that
You just made Jacob like shudder right now saying that.
the
He goes like,
fact-
no.
the fact that you
April Fool's
guys
PTSD.
the fact that you both and all of you also watching, the fact that you all love this as much as I do, just means the world. You know, so
And we're still here.
yeah, we're still here. We're still doing it.
We're still here.
We are
Going
committed.
strong, baby.
We are loyal, and we're gonna go ahead and see this through. Once we're done with the podcast,
I know.
once we're done with Attack on Titan, we can't guarantee that we'll
With a
we'll
couple
go ahead
of
and
years.
we will continue doing it on a weekly basis. So
Yeah.
just
We will be done sooner than if we were to go back to the start.
Yeah.
so
That's
with that
true.
being
We've already
said,
missed our halfway.
Jacob,
I'm
we're
just-
we're preparing you now that
Yeah.
we cannot promise you that we will be doing a weekly podcast.
Time
I know.
will keep turning, brother.
Literally, when
Immortals
we're
on the
done
internet.
with, he goes One Piece. One Piece.
I'll be doing.
It won't be a
One
weekly
Piece
thing, but maybe
podcast.
you never know.
Maybe we'll have like a gaming. Well, maybe we'll
One
just
Piece.
hop on and game every once in a
There's two
while.
of them.
Maybe
One
me and Zach every so often we'll go ahead and get together and we'll talk One Piece.
up.
But we cannot promise that it'll be a weekly chronological order breakdown of podcasts.
I'll learn
I
how
gotta hit
to,
my
how to
Edward Newgate.
stream.
The One Piece.
Yeah.
The One Piece is real.
There you go.
And then cue Kanye. Can we get much higher?
Awesome. So, Lexi, I appreciate the word.
But yeah, that's what I wanted to leave y'all with. Have a great week.
Yeah, beautiful.
Much
Zach,
love.
you say-
Well, fame, power, all of those things, and something so much more. You hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. Love you guys. Have a good week.